Great. Perfect.
Just with your face.
Telling us there's no voices.
Voices. Hi. You can hear us
Your
now.
voices.
Yay.
Bonjour.
Why am I in charge of this?
Okay. Why are you in charge of this?
Because I didn't want to be in charge of it. So we're here after what was it, 2-week hiatus kind of thing, with more so just circumstantial, whatever. Don't care. We're here. We're back. Hello.
We did it.
We did it. I guess introductions, right? That's what we normally do. Boris, who are you?
I'm Gravy McDurk. I can switch
I've
over.
forgotten what my name is.
There we go. Now you can see me.
I just had a minor panic attack when you said that. I'm like, oh fuck!
Well, they're all up on stream now.
Yep.
So I'm Gravy McDurk. Are we doing like an introduction of who we are?
Sure.
Like a very quick.
I don't know. What are we doing?
Who am I?
So,
what am I doing here?
Charge.
we had all this time waiting, and we didn't discuss any of it. We just waited until we clicked go. I own a tour bus company. Company's a strong word, and we all like. Apple looks like a teen again, says Bernie.
Cut hair, no stash. I'm a teenager again.
So I never left my hometown. Everyone else did. We're having a school reunion. They came back using my tour bus. We come back, and I'm sure Spidey will fill in the rest. But that's who I am. Who's next? Anubis.
I am Johnny East. I am a
not really Johnny. Like Joni.
Sorry, Yanni. I'm Yanni. Yanni East. Oh my god. I don't even know my own name. I'm Yanni East. I am a professional motivational speaker and friends of this crazy group, and I'm here on a vacation, but at the same time want to make sure that everybody is performing to their utmost ability, because I can't help myself. I don't feel good if you don't feel good.
Did you open up that list of motivational phrases?
Jesus Christ.
Actually, that one came right off the top of my head.
Oh my fucking, he's getting too good at this. He's just going to become him. We'll have to put Anubis down.
Yeah. No, for the past couple of weeks, I've just been living my life as Yanni, because I wanted to, like I went pure method, right? Just to try and get into the role.
I hate your guts. Scumbag.
Yes. I'm glad.
Glass half full prick.
Eric.
Hi, I'm Layla Holman. I'm a dentist. I care about our teeth.
Oh wait, I just did.
But that's all she cares about is teeth.
Yeah, I'm not great with combat and stuff because of my Hippocratic oath, do no harm. So I'm great for this.
Apple, your turn.
I don't fucking know. What's my name?
Bojo Cletus.
Cletus!
Bojo Cletus, and I'm a porn star, as in a porn, P-A-W-N. Let me, you dirty scumbags. P-A-W-N. And I was somewhat famous on TV, like small-time TV.
Was that the name of the show? Somewhat Famous?
Somewhat Famous. That was me on Somewhat Famous.
I guess okay. So yeah, I'll jump in here. Recap time. All right. So you all were doing what you normally do, living outside this town, or one of you in it. And you guys heard that your high school you all went to was doing a 50-year anniversary. So you all kind of pile into a tour van, which I believe has the gravy train written on the side of it, and drove back to your hometown of Tuntier, Texas, because alliteration. You get there late at night, realize that, well, not really realize, but at the time, but you drive through the main street of town. There's not a lot of people out, but I mean, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. You get to your Airbnb, you take a snooze, you wake up the next morning and go on a tour. And as you're driving through the town, you realize that there's not really anyone around, and that's kind of weird. So, but you continue on your tour. You head up to the mines. Well, get close to the mines at least, and realize, and some dude comes stumbling out of the bush. Might be a local drunk. Not sure. Gets a little grabby. Gets his jaw punched off. You guys decide to call emergency services. Can't get a cell phone signal, so you go to the cell phone tower. Realize that you can't do anything there. It's a cell phone tower, and none of you are, wireless communication engineers. So instead, you decide to go to the local sheriff's office. You get there, the lights are off, and it appears to be nobody's home. So you break in to a police station, naturally, and start exploring the place. You find 3 police officers, all acting very peculiarly. That's a word, shut up. Very similar to the guy that was up by the mines. So then you kind of do some more investigation in the police station. You steal a bunch of arms and armor. And you realize that they went up to the mines. And then a period of time passed and they came back from the mines kind of weirdly and ended up locking themselves in the police station. At which point you are all discussing what to do next after, again, the previously mentioned looting, when you heard a noise behind you and turned around to find 2 FBI agents. The FBI agents essentially questioned what was going on, to which you guys essentially assume the roles of 2 of the police officers that are dead. One of which was wearing cargo shorts, riot gear, and a gun belt with the sheriff's star on it. And then, because of their very poor judgment, they trusted you. Said that they have more information on what's going on in a briefcase, basically, but it is stuck in the local hotel where they were staying because they were attacked by a swarm of whatever these things are. And they need your help to essentially get it. At which point, you all were ambushed by something a little more gross than the previous, whatever you guys are calling these things. People haven't really dropped the zombie word yet, but I mean, spade's a spade.
The zombie word, yeah.
Yeah. So
what?
This thing kind of lured you guys out into the lobby of the police station and then jumped on one of the FBI agents and was mauling him, basically. Everyone shot at him. The FBI agent got shot at some point. We're not going to mention any names. And you guys killed this thing. The FBI agents called it a stage 2. And then basically you guys wanted to check in on Gravy's parents because they were still in town, whereas all of your other parents are on various vacations to probably Florida. And then the FBI agent said, well, you're gone. They're going to basically loot the gun store and / general store for his, equipment. And then, so you guys went to Gravy's parents' place, in which you found Gravy's mom, but not his dad. So he's still kind of in the wind, maybe dead, maybe not 100% sure what's going on in there. And then so you came
my
back.
mum was a zombie word.
Yes, yes, she was. And I can't remember her name now. I wrote it down and then I lost my book. So I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of writing.
Something like cup of soup or bovril.
Yeah.
Mama bovril.
Yeah, Mama Bovril.
There's bovril.
The cup of soup.
Your dad
All
was
the other way
cup soup.
around. Yeah.
So, and then you go back to town, meet up with the FBI agents, gear up, and then go to the hotel. And at which point, Gravy decided the best way to approach the situation was with maximum violence. So you revved your brand new shiny chainsaw, charged a set of double wooden doors, and started eating into it with a chainsaw. Unfortunately, it does take a little bit of time to go through a door with a chainsaw. And at which point you then realized you've alerted every, Z-word thing around, especially in the hotel, and there appeared to be a lot of them in the corridor ahead of you. And that's where we left off, so... What is everyone doing?
Well, I went from being a coward to being overconfident.
Yeah.
When you?
Well, that was because of Yanni, right? He inspired you to get your greatest.
I'm
No,
gonna
well,
fucking shoot.
when you thought that your dad might be alive, you went like full serious
right.
mode.
Yeah, Papa Bovril.
Yeah.
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 The only problem
We
is it's
found you
not
underneath
worked
your
out
house.
well. Yeah. It's not worked out well. So what do we? So we've looked in, and there's a whole bunch of them. I can't remember, where is everyone else standing? I can't
Away
remember
from
because I charged up the path to the door.
Yeah.
So basically, you guys are in a lobby of hotel, basically, and there's a set of double doors that lead into like essentially where all the rooms are. And those are the doors that you were chainsawing at. So everyone's pretty close and can kind of maybe they can't see what exactly is happening, but I'd imagine you well, it depends on what you're doing. Like, are you continuing to try to chainsaw the doors? Do you stop and inform everyone on what you see, or do you just continue?
I think that's what I'll do. I've made a big hole, or maybe not even that big. It's just splintered everywhere. I've stuck my head in, and there's a whole corridor full of them. And so I'll turn around and tell everyone, I've made a mistake. I've done a bad thing. There's a whole lot in there. I don't know if I can do them all with my chainsaw. What does everyone else want to do?
I think you should just go for it. Open it up. Just do it. Just do the floodgates. Open it up. We can deal with it.
It
You're
is
there at the
locked,
front.
isn't it? I missed that, but I'm
Chainsaw.
pretty sure it's
Yes,
locked.
it is.
Yeah, chainsaw it, and it will be
You got
fine.
a chainsaw?
Don't you have bolt
Chainsaws
cutters in your
destroy
pockets?
I can't remember if they're bolt cutters or just my lockpick screwdriver.
Oh.
Yes, you're you're very well made lockpick set. It's a screwdriver and a hammer.
Well, in that case, since I have got that, can I attempt, please, to pick the lock with my screwdriver?
Absolutely.
My normal.
That is your lockpick, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So roll a dexterity for me, please.
Dexterity. I will when I've remembered how to get there. Character sheet. Skills and powers, I assume? No?
No, top.
There.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, I've done it.
Ooh.
So you rolled a 17. That's pretty good.
But it is a
Although
screwdriver.
I probably should have made you. Yeah, it is.
You just
So
smash it in there.
you jam the screwdriver into the lock, and then you hit it with your trusty hammer, and it like drives through the bolt, and the whole what's what I'm looking for, the whole configuration of the lock just punches out into the hallway behind
Damn.
the door. So you've kind of like, yeah, there's like that weird door cutout, where locks fit. That's just empty now, and you think you probably got the lock.
Look,
Nice.
everyone, I did
Punching
it.
it out.
Yeah.
After you, Morris.
You literally just like bashed the
gravy.
entire lock like right through the door.
Yep. Just punched her straight through. He's a pretty strong guy to begin with too. And
Yeah.
half decent rolls.
Yeah.
It is
now
a small
there is
town. It's a little bit run down, this hotel, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
The Kyle
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Hotel,
it's-
according to Anubis' picture.
Yeah, it's a roach
Yeah.
hotel. So you've now punched a hole now you've removed the lock from the door, and there are zombies slowly Zedward, whatever we're calling them.
Zomble?
Whatever. Yep.
A
Because every
zomble.
show.
Don't
game,
use the Z
whatever,
word.
Has a different name for them, right? So these will be. I haven't put that much thought into it. I don't know.
You can use like infected or
Biters, crawlers,
biters
walkers.
or crawlers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Zeds.
Gross things.
Deadheads.
Gross things. That's the most
The
annoying
grodies.
answer
It's
I've
the
ever
grodies.
fucking heard in my life.
The grodies. Oh, look, there's another
The
grody over
Grodies.
there.
There we go, we've got it. Grodies.
So they kind of alerted by the chainsaw and now smashing of a lock are definitely coming towards. They're now coming towards the doors. So what do you guys do?
Right, and I don't know if the door. So I'm talking to everyone now. I've picked the lock with my. I'm incredibly talented. I picked the lock.
Yeah.
The only problem now is they're coming this way, and I'm not sure how well the doors will hold now that I have picked this lock so well that the lock's not on the door anymore. So,
yeah, that's usually what lockpicking entails. So
the removal of the lock entirely. Yep.
I'm not quite sure what to do. We don't have long.
Just go in. See how well you can do.
They're gonna
chainsaw,
come through that
just
door.
start like flailing.
Yeah.
Which way does the door open? Does it open to us or out?
If it's a double door,
it
does it open both
opens
ways?
No, like it's like 2 doors, right? Like 2 doors in total.
Oh,
So they open in.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
No, sorry, they open out. They open towards you.
They open towards us? Well, then we could barricade it, right? We could grab like the beds and like move them up and try and barricade the door with like furniture.
Yeah, there
If
is
it
like
opens
a front
into the room.
counter. There's there's the front counter, desk and chair. There's a computer there. There's some lounge furniture kicking around. Maybe some like lighter tables for the continental breakfast.
Right. As a quick fix, I'll just grab a chair and do that thing where you put like the back of the chair under the. Wait, is there still a handle, or did he remove that too?
Well, it's just a hole.
No, the handle's there.
Oh, the handle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the handle.
Because
So I'll use-
it was like a deadbolt. It wasn't the
A deadbolt. Okay. I was wondering whether if it was like the actual handle or not. But okay. So then I'll take a chair and I'll like prop it up underneath the handle to try and keep the door closed and hold it there and then look back at everybody else, say like, I don't know, find something to hold the door closed.
Okay. Well, while everyone else is, I'm assuming, finding stuff because
Oh yeah.
the professional speaker and all. I'm just gonna sit there behind the door revving my chainsaw like
like Ash from the Evil Dead.
Just really amping them up. Just
yeah. Well, I'm
getting
trying
them
to
real angry.
I'm trying to get over my usual cowardice, and I'm hyping myself up with my chainsaw at the door, getting ready to combat them. I'm assuming
you got this, Gravy.
If we I'm assuming if we want to, we can run away, because we're not trapped in this room. We can just run outside.
Like itty bitty bugs.
I don't see why not.
So, if this doesn't work, we can find another way in.
Right. The goal though was we needed to get to the FBI bedroom, right, or like the suite, because that's where the stuff is that they brought, right, the files or whatever.
Yeah, but I think we can
just
climb
making sure
up
that I remember the goal.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so like the other thing too is like
ladder.
these files like maybe like contain information that might help you guys. Like it's what they told you. Like it has like, because apparently this hasn't happened before, right? Or this has happened before.
Yeah.
That's kind of we didn't really touch on that on
the accident at the mine.
Yeah, exactly. Like there might be some prudent information on easier ways of killing them, maybe, or just information on why this is happening. So, like at the end of the day, like you don't necessarily need it, but it would probably help.
Be helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I think so. Just to make sure that I've got a layout of this place. So like we're in the lobby, right? Like we came in through the front door. We're in the lobby. There's a door that leads. This double door that leads kind of like more into the hotel.
Yep. So like the hotel's kind of.
But that's like a corridor that leads.
Yep.
Sorry?
Yeah. So
the
hotel's like an L-shaped building. The lobby is like the tail of the L, and then all the rooms are the longer part. So like the rooms are to your like that. The door that you guys are jamming up is to the left of the entrance, and it runs straight down with all the rooms.
Right, and it's a single-story building or a multi-story building? Single-story building. Okay, well, so then we might actually be able to like break in through a window right into the room from the outside.
I think if I hadn't charged, that's probably what we would have done. But
I just assumed that there was multiple levels.
What's
the
door into the lobby? Like the outside door. I didn't chainsaw into that, did I? So we can still block them behind that one for a while.
You still can. If you want, you're really good with that chainsaw.
You still got that chainsaw. I would suggest about it, like just go through.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think.
Do it.
So this is a little bit out of character, but every time Lyric and I watch anything to do with zombies, she basically shouts at the screen, just poke them.
Poke them. Poke them through the
Just
weird
poke
hole.
What the hell does that mean?
Like,
So if they're up
like
against the
whenever
fence,
there's a single like person sort of walkway thing, or they're trapped behind something, they're always like, man, we've got to just bust this open and fight them all at once. Just poke them through the hole that you've got. Like,
I was actually in The Walking Dead at one point.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
season 2 was the jail.
They're just like killing them on the fence.
they're at the jail and they're just poking
Yeah.
them through the fence.
but then they immediately forgot that advice that they came up
Yeah.
with themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they sort of piled up and then too many came at once, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you want?
So if
I think we should just start shotgunning through the doors, everybody. I think we just unload,
I'm
blast
thinking, are there like windows on the outside? Would we be able to get to the room from the outside of the building? Like if we bust through a window?
Potentially.
Well, maybe we could.
We could, if we
could
get
split up.
someone to distract all the zombies, or even if we just get them all in the lobby or something, and then we
I
go through the
nominate
window.
Gravy to distract the zombies, I think that he would be really good at that. I think he's a natural
Yeah.
talent.
So
I
what I'm
agree.
picturing, I don't know if this is what everyone else thinks, but I think I'm sitting there revving this chainsaw while you three are having this conversation behind my back,
Right, yeah.
and you're all gonna leave and leave me to distract them.
What do the FBI agents think about all this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
they
they're
with
there
us?
with us too.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, one's shot at me.
When you guys are
From
having
this
this
discussion.
conversation, they're like grabbing some furniture and they're kind of starting to pile it.
Oh,
up
they're
in
helping me with the door. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And during the process, you know, like a hand comes through and like Gravy chainsaws it off.
Still wriggling.
Yeah. And so, yeah, just kind of piling stuff at the door. So, I mean, like, you guys think it's reasonably well barricaded now? Because the FBI knows what they're doing. They're trained
Yeah.
operatives. And they basically grabbed anything possible and have it all wedged up against the door into the hallway. There is there are still they're beating at the doors. The doors are, you know, taking damage, so to speak, and they're showing some wear and tear. So you guys don't have forever to do this, but you do have. If you have something else you want to do, you can do that. You can start putting rounds through the doors. If you
I
want.
really just want to start shotgunning through the doors. Like,
Okay.
I just want to start blasting.
Okay, well then I think we'll leave. So, is Yanni will look at Lyra.
Oh,
and
sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Negligent discharge. Sorry about that one.
Don't shoot at us, at the zombie, at the Brodies. Shoot at the Brodies.
Bronies? Oh my god! It's a convention full of bronies. Jesus Christ.
It's a whole new light on this.
But yeah, I'll look at Layla and say, okay, I think these two are gonna keep them distracted. Let's go for the outside. Let's go for the window. And I look at the FBI agents, like I guess you
Which
guys should
room
come
is
with
it?
us, or maybe one stay here and one come with us, because you need to tell us where the room is.
Right. Yep, they'll come with you.
Okay.
They'll both come? Okay. All right, so the four of us basically look back at the two of you and guys say, I trust that you can keep them here, and if you can't, just come running out and keep them, you know, out the next door. You've got this, and then I'll run out.
I'm gonna like aim at you if you don't shut up soon. You've got this, as I'm just gonna train my shotgun to your face.
Yep, that's how you aim it. Good job. Now just point it at the Grodies, and then I run out the door.
Yeah. So the FBI they just follow you. So yeah, you guys are in there just blasting away, maybe killing a couple. So yeah, you guys run up to the outside. So basically, the FBI agents will lead you to what looks like the 5th window down. I think that's what. Yeah, 5th window down.
Kind of hot.
The window is like broken. Like it's already broken because they did say they did get attacked, right? That's why.
Yeah,
Grodies are in here because they got attacked and had to run. The drapes are like kind of hanging over top, but you guys can, you know, approach and figure out what you guys want to do.
Okay. Is there a rock on the ground around us by any chance?
Sure. Yep.
Alright. Yoni, do you think it's a good idea if we throw a rock into the room to see if there's anything in the room.
Oh yeah, the trusty rock
Yeah.
strategy.
The trusty rock strategy. You know, it's worked for us before, but I wonder, like they seem to be really distracted. I wonder if we could just peer in and look and see if there's anything in there.
That's probably a better idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and I look at one of the FBI agents and I'll be like,
That's not what you did. That's not what you did to my parents' house. You didn't look. You just started throwing rocks through the window.
Yeah.
So
I was kind of
Well, none of
insistent
those
on that,
windows
though.
were
I'm
open.
sorry.
I don't think that, if I remember correctly, I don't think Cletus gave us a choice. I think he just threw a
No, he
rock.
just threw
Yeah.
a rock.
yeah, there wasn't any deliberation.
And it just so happens that Cletus isn't with us right now, so we actually stopped and talked.
Yeah.
So you you want the FBI's to do it, or one of them?
Yes.
To do
Oh,
it?
I asked them to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like So one sec. I'm looking up the agent. So Agent Beards, who was the one that didn't get jumped on, so he's the more healthy-looking agent. He approaches the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, he approaches the window. He kind of shoulder he has his shotgun on a strap, but he throws it over his shoulder and like draws his sidearm so he can kind of poke in a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he moves the curtains out of the way and he looks in, and like he kind of pulls his head back and he's like, well, the door to the room's open. There's something in there, but it doesn't look like it's hostile necessarily. So if we're gonna go in, we gotta go in quick and quiet, or else we might get some of the ones out of the hall. So
Use the stealth rock.
Does the door look like it can be shut? Like, does it look
He looks in
intact?
again. He pokes his head in. And he looks, and like he maybe takes a little bit longer than you'd think it would take for someone to look at a door, and then he kind of pulls his head back out. He's like, "Yep, looks like you can probably lock it from the inside."
All right.
I don't know how well it's gonna hold up, considering that your compatriot back there just knocked out a lock with a hammer and a screwdriver, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it works. So. You know.
Hey, you got the door open, didn't it?
He's a strong guy.
Alright. So
that's the plan?
it looked like the room is clear and the door is closed. Is that what I heard?
No, the
Well, there's
door's
something in
open,
the room.
Room's clear,
Oh, the door's open.
Oh.
and there's
Okay.
something in it.
So
maybe.
exactly the opposite of what I said.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
So there's something in the room that doesn't look hostile, and that the door
Shoot
is
it.
open.
Shoot it to be safe.
right.
He also looks he looks pretty pale, but yeah, like he's scared.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Kill it. Whatever it is,
Alright.
just shoot it. Come on, guys.
Okay, plan.
It's the door.
I think we
Like,
get two
can we
people
open
to
it?
Maybe a
go in.
grenade. We got a grenade?
You do not have grenades.
Yeah, you guys aren't there.
Someone has a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm
Stop
not there.
metagaming.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
Yoni, is the plan, two people go in, one shuts the door, the other, like, gets the thing that's in the room, like the potential
Briefcase.
hostile. No, the,
Oh,
like, neutralizes the...
Yeah, right. So it's just standing there. It's not moving. It doesn't look hostile at the moment, but it's
It could,
it could turn on us at any moment,
Yeah.
right? It could be a Grody. We don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we want to maybe have somebody like just like tackle it or grapple it or like hold its arms
Yeah.
from behind, right? Because we don't want their face to face. That would probably be
Yeah,
bad.
it was like laying on the ground, right? That's what they said? Or
it's up
he
against the
doesn't
wall.
know? Up against the wall.
Yeah, it's standing up against the wall. Ooh.
Should we get one of the FBI agents, because they know better than us, to like pin it to the wall maybe?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to make too much noise, right? So let's
No.
see here. What do we have that we could, if it in the unlikely circumstances that it becomes hostile towards us, because I imagine that this is just somebody we need to save. In that situation, do we have like? Can I look around? Like, is there like maybe like a branch or a stick or like something? That
What's your plan
up?
here?
Poke it. It's the lyrics
somebody
plan.
goes up,
Poke it.
yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. So what we do is one of the FBI agents, pins it against the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it looks like it's gonna try and have lunch with the FBI agent. I guess of the FBI agent.
Yeah.
Then what we do is we take the stick, right? Somebody else, so maybe me or maybe whatever. I'll just put it in its mouth, like a so like it goes up. It'll like eat on the stick. That way it can't get the FBI agent, right? 'Cause we got 4 of us, so we have 1 person pin, and then I'll put the stick in its mouth, and then you and the other FBI agent go for the door.
Okay, how many people can fit through the window at once?
Well, we have to go one at a time, or two?
One at a time.
One at a time. So
okay,
I guess so the FBI agent's got to go first, and then I go next, and then we pin it, and then you guys go in one after the other, and then you close the door and barricade it.
This is just
no, I think we have to do pin, door, stick.
Pin door
then
stick.
Back up.
What a game! What a
the
game!
classic pin door stick back.
Yes, yes.
Door
What a
stick.
tactic!
All right.
Because we don't want
door
any more
whole
coming
time.
into the room.
This is just going to be an old man, guys. Like you're just going to go.
It might
And then
be
you're just going to like shove it
Papa
right in his
Bovril.
mouth.
The whole time you guys are having this conversation, the FBI agents are just standing there like NPCs that haven't been talked to. So like they're like just have like an idle animation, so they're just standing.
Like what? Did you hear that?
Yeah. No, it's
All right.
in my imagination.
Journey, is that? Do you
So
agree?
good. And I look at the FBI. Yeah, pin door stick. And I look
Who's
at the
pinning?
FBI agents and like, you got
An
that,
FBI
right?
guy. The strong
So
FBI
Sam
guy,
is-
not the weak one.
They nod and are like, yeah, pin door stick, got it.
Okay.
Pin door stick.
We'll cut back to what's happening at the other door.
Sounds like Bojo has put enough bullets, like enough rounds through this door that it is now just a hole. There's just this giant
Basically,
hole
there's
through the
nobody
door.
left?
Yeah, so it's
I've just
door.
continuously shot the whole time.
the door. So these double
They're all
doors
dead.
are just Swiss cheese now. The whole time, Gravy's just standing there, just revving a chainsaw. The second any
So he hasn't
appendage,
done anything.
well, if any appendage comes out, he just cuts it off. So on one side of the door, there are a bunch of zombies that don't have any limbs anymore, basically.
Right, yeah.
Like they're just like they just have stumps for hands.
Do you reckon we could pet a zombie, as in like cut off its bits, all of its grabby bits, and turn it into like a pet?
Into a pet. And then
Yeah.
on the other side of the door, it's just a bunch of like severed limbs, just like laying at your guys' feet. And then there are there's a bunch that are dead on the floor. And then, like I said, like basically just like kind of the next wave just like steps up, and like so it's kind of being held, but you don't know how much for longer, basically. Mainly because you just splintered the doors with rounds, but
Yep.
you also splintered some zombies. So like you might be able to maybe salvage something else to brace the door, or you can just sit there and keep shooting and revving chainsaws. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna keep unloading unless Boris wants to get in front of me. Then I'll. Sorry, Gravy. For fuck's sake.
I don't think I've put that much thought into it. I think I'm perilously leaning over all of the barricaded stuff and just sort of swiping a chainsaw at anything that comes
Gravy,
through.
I think we thinned the front line enough to just kind of open this up now. I think this is time. Like we can just let them. I need to get some shots off at the back. So if you could like maybe just finish off the door, then I'll start shooting at the back row because
Alright.
I've just killed too many at this point. So
Okay, so what I think
I don't know
I'm gonna
how
do,
many I've killed, by the way. I'm just
gonna
guessing that I've killed
reach-
loads. You know.
I'm gonna reach over all of the barricaded stuff again, and I'm gonna just plow the chainsaw directly into the door in an attempt to make a hole. Like, make a big enough hole, because
Like
it's all
connect,
splintered.
yeah,
and,
connect all the bullet holes.
Yeah, connect the bullet
Make one
holes.
big
Connect
hole.
the dots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So you chainsaw, connect the dots all together, and the piece
Yeah.
falls out, and it looks like a horse. And then, how big of a hole are you trying to make? Like, are you trying to remove the doors completely?
No,
make a hole that
probably,
only a couple can fit through.
Like, enough so that we could fit through if we wanted, but mostly it's just to do the poking strategy, except maybe with bullets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can see through there and try to clear all of them without them getting through the door. But
Okay.
they could also fit through the door if it gets out of hand. If they can
Yeah,
like get up
so-
and crawl out.
Yeah, so you guys like essentially make a bottleneck now. So you cut a hole that's in between both doors. So you essentially cut the locks out that you removed, like around the handles. You cut a big hole through all the Swiss cheese, like I said, shaped like a horse, like a fat horse, obviously.
Of course.
I guess more of
yeah.
a pony, a fat pony. Anyway,
fat pony.
I digress. And like some of them start trying to push through. So if Cletus would roll me some gun attacks.
Rolling, yep, that's a thing.
Yep. So
What? I can't just do what I want.
Come on. How do I roll again? Where's that? What do you need me to
open up your
roll?
Character sheet, and then roll probably shotgun, right? That's what you're using. Guns, shotguns.
Slight problem, everybody. I've got nothing inside of bio, character sheet, or attributes.
Good. Good. Refresh your
At
roll
all.
20.
Okay.
And see what
Have you
happens.
tried turning it off
Yes,
and on
sir.
Not
again?
again. Yep.
It's always the solution. Until it's not. Then we panic.
I mean, I can always roll for you, but
Unless you have a towel,
I
and then
don't
you
wanna
don't
take
pay.
it.
Yeah,
Agency.
I've still got nothing there.
one sec. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Hitting buttons. I'm just hitting stuff now. Let's remove
Slapping.
you
That's the third
from
solution.
editing, add you back, remove you from there, add you there. Hit
Keyboard
save
cat.
changes. All right, try it again. Nothing?
Okay. No, nothing.
Perfect. Okay. I will roll for you.
Thank you, sir. Plan all
Guns.
along.
Pew pew. So I rolled shotguns, and that was 14, which is easily enough because they're all grouped together in a small hole.
Hell yeah.
And 2, you're just kind of shooting wildly. I guess I need to
Yep.
roll the actual thing, which is damage. Okay, so that was a lot of damage.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So you just kind of mince a bunch of the
Oh,
zombies that are trying, or sorry, the grodies that are trying to get through this hole. They're like, your 12 gauge shot just like cuts into them. There's like viscera and skull,
Swiss cheese in 'em.
brains, and yeah, basically.
Yep.
And like so that like first wave that tried to push through kind of clogs that hole a little bit.
Nice.
So you guys are a little safe for the time being. So we'll
Yeah.
go back to our, what was that plan again? The
Classic pin door stick maneuver.
Back up.
Got it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Can't forget the backup part. So who's going in first?
That would be
the
for
strong
one of the FBI agents.
FBI guy.
One strong FBI guy was going into pin.
Okay.
And then I think Layla, you were
I'll go in
going
and
to
do the door
and then I'm going to
with the
stick.
And then the FBI guy will come
last
in and
FBI
do whatever
is
needs doing.
backup.
Yeah.
So you guys are trying to be sneaky as well when you do this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Cool. So, so Agent Beards runs in.
Agent Pin?
Agent Pin, yeah. Pin
Agent Pin
So
and Agent
he-
Backup.
He attempts to vault over the door or the windowsill, and succeeds.
Yay!
So
Oh,
he jumps
wanted
over
to
the
trip and
sill
fall.
and he charges into the room.
Oh, that'll be me.
He's gonna try to be sneaky, which again he succeeds at. That was an 8, or for people listening, that was a 9 and an 8 is what he just rolled. And then so he runs at this thing that's like kind of against a wall, and he tries to pin it, which was a crit. So he definitely pins this thing,
Ooh.
whatever it is. So he like slams into this thing on the wall, which none of you have seen yet. That's why I'm not describing it.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it when you have competent NPCs.
Yep. So he jumps over. You don't really hear him hit the ground, and you kind of like hear him breathe a little bit as he runs in, and you think he is connected with something.
Then I jump in.
Door.
Yep. So Layla, roll me
Dex.
Dex, please.
15.
Easy enough. So you vault over the sill. Roll me Dex again for stealth.
And
10, not bad. So you're pretty sneaky. And then roll me a strength to close and, well, I guess, would it be strength? No, let's go Dex again. Why not?
Yeah.
Dex to kind of cross the room quickly, well, quietly.
Trying to do it quietly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly, well, quietly, and close the door
Shut
quietly,
lock
but
the door.
like firmly.
16.
Oh, and crit. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you cross the room, you close the door, you lock it, you put the security chain across it, you put your back against it, and you kind of look in the room.
Yeah,
so what you see
The tiny
is
little
looking.
chain.
Yeah, the little chain across, of course. You got to make sure that.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
So you did the deadbolt first, and then you did the door like handle lock because you got to get that
Yeah.
one too,
Yeah.
and then you did the chain.
Okay.
So then, like I said, you put your back against the wall. You kind of, panning a little bit. You don't think anything heard you in the hallway, and then you kind of look into the room.
Yeah.
And you see this like weird, like thing on the wall. So basically, it looks like a person, but it looks like a person who's been like, what's the thing that they used to do? The Red Eagle? Is that what it was called? The thing where they like rip your ribcage apart. As like a torture method.
Classic ribcage ripping. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Blood Eagle. That's
Legendary.
Blood Eagle.
So basically,
It happens so
yeah.
often that they have a name. I
Yeah.
see.
Uh-huh.
So basically, like you look at the wall and you see like this, like you see a person, kind of, that's like up against the
yuck.
wall, like their arms.
You
Their arms
Googled
are
it?
all
I
the way
googled
out.
it.
You shouldn't have
No, that's a
Googled it.
terrible idea.
Oh no! Oh, I'm gonna do it now. What's it called? Blood Eagle.
No, don't do
Yeah.
Oh my god, no,
doing it.
I'm not.
Stop.
I'm not googling that.
And basically, so it's like a person up against a wall. Their arms are out, like kind of like stuck to the wall, and like the rib cage is like opened up. And over the course, like their whole body, you can see like this weird,
Oh my god!
like almost like
Jesus Christ!
No,
told you
no,
not to
no.
Google it.
Why did I Google it?
I don't know.
So, and this thing has like almost like tentacles coming out of it that are like attached to the wall, and like it's like splayed out. There's
Don't-
blood everywhere.
don't Google it.
Looks like a couple-year-old, or not a couple-year-old, Jesus,
Just
a couple-day-old corpse. But that's not the worst part. The worst part, well, I guess the grossest part, is some of these tentacles kind of come off the wall and down, and they're the two what you can only assume to be bodies of the other two FBI agents. And they seem to be like attached to like one of the like these tentacles each, and like the tentacles are like kind of pulsing almost a little bit, and so you see the one FBI agent, he's like kind of, I guess, kind of half pinning this body that's already kind of stuck to the wall, and yeah, that's what you see.
Gross.
Of course, I don't see this yet, right? As I'm
Yeah,
getting
correct.
ready to
No.
jump into the room.
Yep.
All right.
With your
So I
stick.
come in with my trusty stick.
Yeah, roll dex. 10. Okay, good enough. It's not that hard to vault over a windowsill. So you jump in. Roll me a dex for sneakiness. 9. You're a little quiet. I might actually roll for that one. See if they notice.
We
They are pretty
we
distracted.
shouldn't have to be too sneaky anymore because the door's shut.
Is
Yeah.
this a prostitute motel? What is that?
That's nice. Nice red lighting there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a red light district.
Let's see. So yeah, you jump in. You kind of step on a little bit of broken glass and make some cracking glass sounds, but you think you're still being pretty sneaky. So you run in, and you're the stick man. So roll.
I'm the
me
stick
a
man.
Strength, I guess. Or if you have
Oh,
like a
God, this-
hand-to-hand combat, I don't know if you have like a brawling skill. It'll be on your skills and powers.
My skills and powers. Yeah, no. I was looking at my skills going, is there any way I can manipulate using one of these?
That's how we're playing this one.
But I don't, yeah. Can I use my storytelling skill, because I have told many stories of using a stick to pin people with their faces in the past. I'm totally kidding. No.
It's not a
so
no, definitely not.
I'll just, what do you want? Strength?
Yep, strength. Please and thank you. So you roll a 7 strength. So you run in and you kind of reach over Beards and try to jam a stick into this thing's mouth that's on the wall, and you do.
Right. If I jam, it's not like point first, right? Like it's across. So I'm
Yeah.
holding both ends of it, right? And I'm
Yep.
trying to like,
Yeah, put it across like teeth.
put a bit, like a bit in the
Yeah, so
horse's
it
mouth.
can't-
type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you jam in it and you actually successfully do it, and like you kind of take a couple seconds after you do it, and you realize that this thing isn't really like fighting or moving
No.
really. Like
This thing is
like,
all
you can
gross.
see it kind of like it's pulsing and stuff, and like so like it definitely is like a living organism maybe, but like it's not like it's like almost comatose basically. Like it's not
Right.
doing anything besides.
So it's not
like,
reacting
existing.
like the other ones in the hallway. It's just
Correct.
kind of like it feels more part of the wall than it is. So what I see this like all these tentacles. And
Yeah.
stuff
So you see this
too?
thing, and it's like, yeah, it looks like basically like those like sticky hands you used to get as a kid, and you could stick to walls and stuff. Imagine that if it was a person that's been like thrown up against a wall with but more gory. So like it's got like these like, protrusions sticking out of it, like veiny, tentacly, whatever's coming out.
Give it a go, Anubis. Pick him up, throw him against the wall, see what happens.
And then like the two of these tentacles go down, and they're like in like the neck and like the stomach of like these FBI agents that are dead. The dead FBI agents. You presume they're guys in suits, so you can presume they're probably dead FBI agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I will I'm assuming that backup is on his way in.
Yeah.
He's actually gonna stand like almost like guarding outside by the window, making sure nothing's.
He has been shot. Has
Yeah.
been mauled and
Officer
shot.
backup. Yeah.
He's been shot and mauled, so he's not looking too great, but that's why he's
So
not
then
coming in. But
You
he's
can hear
looking.
that the stick is basically ineffectual.
Yeah, you cross-check this thing in the mouth, and nothing.
I will turn and start looking for files. Or like, is there like a briefcase or files on the bed or on a table or?
Yeah, roll me a perception, or if you have a applicable skill that isn't storytelling.
Can story tell his way out of
I've got
anything?
observant.
Yep, yeah, you can roll that. Anyone in the room can roll the perception. Actually, I'll roll for Mr. B.
13.
I didn't do too bad.
Cool. So 14, that's good. 13 is also good. So you guys kind of like, I don't know if we're trying to remember character names. I don't know if Layla, like, if you're gonna leave the door, like, are you gonna walk around the room to look, or are you gonna keep your back pressed up against?
I'll keep my back pressed up against the wall, but I have thoughts. I have thoughts about what we should do with this thing on the wall.
Okay.
You can talk.
Yeah. So you definitely see it in more detail. If you want, from where you're standing, you can do like a medical check of some kind to see if you know anything what's going on. Like you might be able to.
I'm
piece some
pretty
things together.
certain,
What,
without
what's
checking,
happening?
that this thing needs to be killed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's against your oath. What the hell?
It's
Jesus
definitely
Christ.
not human, whatever it is. It's not human anymore.
That. Well,
It does
It's
have
got
a face.
tentacles.
we should try and
It's
save
got
it.
tentacles.
Come on. Some people have tentacles.
I don't know.
It's not
I don't know,
often, you know.
I
but-
think the Hippocratic Oath is just do no harm, right? It doesn't say do no harm to humans.
Yeah,
Checkmate.
exactly.
I'm not a vet.
What, do you think vets intentionally harm humans? Like they're allowed to harm humans? They're just not allowed to harm
their
animals?
Yeah, they
do no
are, yeah.
harm is just a lot more, a lot broader.
Okay.
But no,
So-
this thing needs to be killed.
So as you're saying that, you also, or actually, Yanni, you notice that like kind of half tucked underneath the bed, you can see like the corner of a briefcase sticking out, and you're pretty
Go
sure
for it.
that's probably the briefcase. It is near one of the bodies. So you
I've got the
approach-
stick still. Can I like poke at the thing, see if anything happens when I poke it with a stick as I get
the
close?
thing on the wall or the corpse on
The
the
thing
ground?
that's close to the briefcase.
Oh, the corpse on the ground. So you walk over,
Oh, no.
and you poke it with the stick, and
Poke.
so you poke it. You give it a nice, good, firm poke, as you do at dead
Nice.
things, and like nothing happens, and then its eyes open, and it reaches out for the stick.
It reaches for the stick.
yeah.
Okay.
Shoot it quick.
Yeah, can I shoot it? I don't know if I can even see it. I don't know what the room's like.
So
it.
I also got the impression. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say
sorry.
like you. I don't know if you could see it 100% from where you are.
Because I assume there's like a bed in the way. Layla.
Yeah, because there is a bed in the way. Because there's one of those like double bedrooms, and
Yeah.
like the thing is like pressed up against the wall where the TV would be, and like one of the bodies is like in between the two beds,
Okay.
and that's
Yeah.
where the briefcase was. So you don't really, but you do
Can't really
see
see it.
Yanni jump out of his skin, basically, because he poked the
grabs
thing
the
and then it tried to grab him. So it, like reaches out and tries to grab at the stick.
Agent Pin, he was
Beard.
holding the thing that was stuck to the wall,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
But
he's
did I get the
basically
impression that
He would have let
he
go,
let it go,
wouldn't he?
yeah.
stay there.
Yeah, he let it go, but he's basically standing in front of it. So
Okay.
you're
I will
basically
whisper,
standing
like,
between him and the thing.
Okay, I will hush talk to Agent Pin and say, like, as I like try to get my stick away,
Yep.
I'll be like, this one's moving. It's close to the briefcase. Can you get this one away? Pull it away. I'll distract it with the stick. Grab its legs. Get it out of the way.
So he'll
Shoot it.
No, we don't want to make noise. We don't want to bring anything else here, right?
yeah. So
Oh yeah, I've got the door. Just shoot it. We can get in. We can just get out.
How do you make a strength check? See if you can get your stick away.
Oh, you get my stick away.
Yeah, you want to try to get your stick back?
I got my stick.
Well, we'll see.
Oh no.
You do. I rolled a 2. Yeah, you get your stick back, so you pull your stick out of it. And then the FBI agent jumps up on the bed and then jumps off the bed and like elbow drops this thing.
Oh, crap.
Lord.
Oh.
It actually rolls
Sunday.
good. Yeah. Roll damage. Okay, so he like elbow drops this thing like in the spine, which is one of his like agent friends, right? So you think it might be a little tough for him, but anyway, they're hardened FBI agents. Probably.
Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, so he just elbow drops this thing, and he's like on top of it, and he's got it like kind of pinned.
Little do we know these guys are Celtic reagents.
Yeah. So they're kind of struggling. The thing tries to break out of his grasp, doesn't. So now basically the FBI agent is like on top of this thing, like kind of pinning its arms. It's on its stomach, so its head's like facing the ground, so it can't really bite at him.
Take this opportunity to go for the briefcase.
To go for what? The briefcase?
The briefcase.
Cool.
Yeah,
So yeah,
like,
you can.
I feel like this thing is distracted, so I'm going to go for the briefcase.
Yep.
Now, if it's basically, I want to try and do it being as far away from the thing as I can, as the grody, right? So I would imagine that I would get up on the bed, right, and then like reach over the edge of the bed to grab the briefcase and then pull it back out.
Yeah. I picture it with your stick. You're kind of poking out the briefcase with your stick, trying to pull.
I a little handle, right? So I'll take the stick and I'll put it like hook it and then pull it out of the bed to make sure that nothing else is going to grab at the briefcase as I do this.
Cool.
And then if it seems to come out without any problem, then I'll actually maybe I can just like hook it and then bring it up on the stick, right? Like up on the bed.
Yep, absolutely. So make a dex check. It's not going to be that tough, but just to see. Yeah, you do it. 10. 10's good enough. So you hook it on the stick, you lift it up like you caught a big fish, you landed a big fish, and you bring it over to yourself while you're on the bed. This thing is going to, actually Agent Beards is going to punch this thing in the head. And he does roll damage. So he just kind of like punches this thing's like head into the ground, so it kind of bounces off the ground. It's going to try to break free. It does not, so he still has it pinned. What is Lula doing?
What guns do I have? I've forgotten what guns I have.
If you go to combat, it should list.
Yeah, on your combat tab, I think we listed them there.
Did I only get a handgun? I guess so.
No, we give you
you might
stuff.
Sorry, I think you got a shotgun. I just forgot to put it on you.
Yeah, you got a shotgun and a handgun.
Yeah. I forgot because it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you do have a shotgun. It'll take me 3 seconds to put it on your sheet.
Handgun.
I'll say what I'm gonna try and do.
Didn't you get the cool pistol as well? I'm sure you got the a cool pistol.
Oh yeah.
Did I get a cool pistol?
Yeah, like the huge handgun. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice big revolver.
Doing a thing real quick. Sorry, multitasking. Brain not working. Just gonna keep saying random stuff until I get it done.
I'll say what I'm gonna try and do. So I'm making an executive decision, and because I'm panicking not panicking, I'm very concerned about this thing on the wall, and I think it's very important, especially with these tentacles. And I'm gonna whatever I think is my strongest gun, which at the moment I think is my shotgun.
Yep.
I'm gonna step away from the door to get a better shot, and I'm gonna shoot this thing in the head.
That's on the wall.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
so
does it?
you-
If like looking at this thing, is there any part of it that looks like the most important part of it?
Well, so like you take a couple seconds to look at it, and like so its head's not really moving, its eyes aren't
Yeah.
open.
Like,
But you can see like it's kind of like its heart is beating in its chest, which you
alright.
can clearly see
I'm gonna
because its
shoot it
ribcage is
in the
opened
heart.
up. Cool. So roll that shotgun for me.
Like point blank, and you like go right up with like the
Yeah.
the barrel shotgun like right against his chest.
Yeah, like I'm gonna get. Yeah.
So
I like it.
and not you did roll like you did. Did you fumble? How did that work? No, maybe I don't know. It came up red on roll
Wasn't
20,
good,
but it's still a
yeah.
9, and this thing isn't moving.
Yeah, that means
So
that you rolled a
Yeah.
1, but then with your bonuses, it ended up being a
yeah,
9.
so I'm gonna give it to you because it is not moving. Like it's stuck
Yeah.
to the wall.
And I'm like
so,
real close to it.
yeah, yeah. You got right up to it. So you basically like you got right up to it. So now you're standing behind the FBI agent, Mr. Beards or Agent Beards, and you blast this thing in the heart basically, and you like it blows a hole through it and like into the drywall behind it,
Yeah.
kind of into the next room over, so like its like chest cavity is like just missing now, and like the kind of pulsingness to like the tentacles and stuff stop. But you do notice that the other deceased FBI agent on the ground opens its eyes and starts to stand up, and it is I'm trying to think of where it is in the room. It would be like you had to step over it to get to where you are.
Oh,
basically.
great.
Like it was between you and the door. And then
Okay.
you also hear, wait for it. No,
Behind us,
actually, never mind.
door.
You don't hear anything at the door because I rolled
Yeah,
a 1
I guess-
and they're distracted because there's
Yeah.
a
To be
bunch-
honest,
'Cause they're being
Cletus and
chainsawed.
Gravy are really noisy.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
chainsaw going. Cletus is also firing a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I rolled a 1 perception on a zombie, on a grody that has very little perception. You can so,
Alright.
you don't, nothing, like the door doesn't
segue.
shake. Like you guys like have like that like moment where you like kind of hold your breath, you look at the door, and like it doesn't shake, so
Yeah.
you think you're good.
Well, I'm imagining too, just to set the scene before we flip back over to Gravy and Cletus. But so Lilith is standing in front of this thing on the wall with a shotgun in its heart, right? There's an FBI agent that is grappling with one of his own on the ground. Another one that's waking up is looking up, and Yanni standing on the bed with a stick in his hand and a
Briefcase hanging off.
like looking around the whole room.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
Sorry.
Hello?
Sorry, I forgot it does that. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
just having some problems with Discord.
Okay.
There we go.
All good. But yeah, so yeah, it's Yanni like on the bed looking proud as ever with his briefcase on his
my
stick.
stick briefcase. My briefcase stick.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, you can use it as a flail. Yeah, so we will cut back to the I don't know what to even call your group. The gravy
The gravy.
gravy bojo or gravy
Gravy
yeah, gravy
Bodus?
banjo yeah,
The
whatever.
gravy banjo. That's brilliant.
Anyway, so you guys you're
so-
still blasting away, you're still
Yeah, we're done.
chainsaws,
So
doing
I assume
chainsaw
that
indoors.
whole thing in that happened in that hotel room was like a couple of minutes. I
If that,
assume.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it was about a minute. If you guys want to roll perception, I can let you know if you hear that shotgun shot through all the other
Okay.
chaos that's happening near you.
Yeah.
Perception.
Okay, well, I could,
Oh, I gotta roll
could you
your
do that
perception.
for me.
So yeah, you both hear it. So you guys are like shooting away, but then there's like a little bit of a lull, and you hear another shotgun blast that definitely wasn't from Cletus.
Okay.
I just have to
Okay.
say, I don't know what it is, but every single game that we ever play with Apple,
Oh no.
he always has technical difficulties. Like every single time.
And always weird ones.
And yeah,
Yeah.
right.
What are you
And
on?
always
what,
weird
what am I
ones.
doing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you haven't done anything.
I'm just saying that
you
maybe,
never do anything.
at this point, maybe it's not
what
the
the
technology.
Fuck? So now you're telling me I'm lazy and I can't get anything to work. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. All right, I'm going. Fuck you.
Mission accomplished. Okay. Back to you, Gravy.
Wait, what? Trying to get rid of me. I see how it is.
Now he's gonna say, "Damn it, we almost got rid of him." Yeah. So what do you guys do?
Apologies for the interruption.
So I think I turn around. So I've done a lot of chainsaw, and the hole's a bit bigger accidentally because I've done a couple of swipes and it's hit the door. How many are there still? So
I mean,
we've killed a bunch. I'm imagining
kind of peek through one of the switch.
More than two hands worth.
Yeah, there's probably still pushing like 12 to 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere in that range. Like there's still a number of them.
That's a big range.
Like not an impossible number, but a pretty high number.
Okay, so
basically between 15 and 20, you can reasonably guess.
Okay, so I'm going to turn around to Bojo, who's standing there with his gun.
Hi, how's it going?
And like, did you hear that shot? I think I think they're in trouble. We got to go help them.
Okay, are we going to charge through, like try and fight our way through to them? I think that's the way to do it.
I reckon I'm gonna put my chainsaw down because the chainsaw is like a two-handed thing. I'm gonna put it down here, and I'm gonna just throw all of these things to the side, all the barricade away, and then grab my chainsaw again as I throw the last one away. I'm gonna hold my shoulder up against the doors to make sure that it stays closed. That might be a bit too close to the hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push you in. No, I'm not.
Well, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna stick my leg out to make sure that the doors don't open. Actually, the doors open.
I see.
I can't remember. Do the doors open?
They open towards you.
Towards us. So that's a problem if they aren't latched. We're not sure if they're latched or not. If they're not, then it's going to be difficult for me to hold. But I'm going to throw things to the side as fast as I can while keeping the door closed. And then I'm going to let go, run back, grab the chainsaw, and then spin around. And then that's when we kill all of them and then go help them. Because we've heard a shot. We're pretty sure they're in trouble.
I think that middle part might be a little difficult, but the rest of that sounds fine.
If it goes bad, we just run out the door. The gravy train's down there. We can just leave.
The gravy train. Why don't we just ram the gravy train into the front doors? Genius. Then they won't open.
But
no?
we'd have to fit them through the front doors into the lobby. Because it's the doors in the lobby.
True.
That's the...
And we wouldn't have a van either, so...
Yeah. I'm not sacrificing the gravy train. Alright, are you up? You up for this idea? Is that...
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
Alright.
So, you clear a bunch of the stuff out. Roll me strength to keep the doors closed.
Strength.
Okay.
There we go. That's me. You're standing back with your gun.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just waiting. I assume you're not shooting at the moment because I'm in the way.
No, I'm not shooting at the moment. I've ceased shooting for a moment, but you never know if something gets too close.
Yeah.
So
I'm not against putting one through you to get to them.
So you start clearing stuff away from the barrier, and you're just on the last piece, and you're reaching down for your chainsaw, and the door, something really heavy hits the door behind you, and your trick knee gives out.
That's right.
Oh no! Shit! I think we cut our losses. Do I just shoot Gravy in the legs here and let him get eaten?
So your trick knee gives out, and the one door swings open. Let's roll for it, actually. Okay, only 2 get through for the time being, so 2 run in. Well, not really run, more
are they running? They're not shambling long. They're running.
They're shambling.
Okay.
No, they're shambling. They shamble in. Two kind of shamble through the door.
I thought that was my whole plan gone.
Yeah, 2 shamble through the open door that Gravy can't keep up because he's laying on the ground now. So basically, Cletus, you now have a clean shot
Right. No, I think I just let him die. I think this is
Cool. So you turn around.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Right
I
in
thought
the
you were just gonna
face.
keep working the action in your shotgun until it was out, and then just walk.
Oh.
Just throw it on the ground and leave.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so you take a shot at one of them. Jesus. So that is a 16 and a 36 damage. So you
Get
just
fucking obliterated.
line up the first one and he's blown away.
I've just painted Boris with these zombies.
Basically.
Grody.
So the first one.
Grody.
With the Grody.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh my god, I used. I'd like to apologise for my misuse of the word.
So you blow one away fully. You probably hurt the second one a little bit. Got a little caught in this shot, but not enough to kill it. And it's gonna try to hit Gravy while he's on the ground. So Gravy, roll me Dex or Dodge. I've actually, or you can roll me your Brawling. I think you have Brawling.
Yeah.
So it would be like to
think I
counter
did.
its attack, basically.
There it
It'll
is.
be in skills and powers.
Yeah.
And it's going to try to get you with its. I don't think. I don't think a 6 is going to hit an 18. So it kind of tries to get at you. And because you haven't picked up your chainsaw yet, you have both hands free, so he's going to grab its wrists, and so it doesn't get you. And you can kind of see more kind of moving behind the door as you're on the ground. What are you doing?
So it's at this point that I realize I've left my guns in the gravy train because I've got my chainsaw.
What?
I just ran out.
Shit.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you literally just grabbed the chainsaw and then just ran in.
Yeah.
You don't have your riot shield because you left that too. I remember you specifically saying you left the riot
did.
Well, because
Yeah.
it's a two-handed.
Yeah, but you do have your baton in your pocket.
Yeah, that's right.
because
In my
Oh, yeah,
cargo.
your cargo shorts on.
Yeah, in your pocket. So you do have like a collapsible baton. You have your lockpicks, which might work in a pinch as an improvised
guess.
weapon.
I get by lockpicks we mean screwdriver. So that's a pretty
screwdriver
good
and a hammer.
stabby thing.
And a hammer.
Yeah.
So, well, you can take the hammer and the screwdriver, right? And you just go for the heads. It's just like, boom.
Yeah.
Do a quick lobotomy.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. What a weapon.
Or-
You can use the claw to like pull it out if it ever gets stuck too.
So I've grabbed both of its wrists as it's come down.
Yep,
So what
yep.
if I let go of one, I think it's gonna get me. So I think
Well,
I'm
you
gonna
might
like
be able to. If you do it, I'll make you roll again, brawling, to like kind of get a foot up on its chest and maybe kind of kick it away a little bit, so you have a couple seconds to grab something.
Grody is
If that's
Okay.
reasonable.
But yeah, that was pretty much. I was gonna like shove it so it would
I hate you.
fall off of me, then grab,
Yep.
like do the Velcro off the cargo on the
Yeah.
cargo shorts. The Velcro,
Oh, they're Velcro.
grab
They're
out.
not even button. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
This image
Oh.
is beautiful.
Velcro. Has he got Velcro shoes on as well that light up every time you walk? A little light at the back.
I'm picturing like those like those soft-soled shoes that like elderly people always wear.
Yeah, orthopedic shoes. Yeah.
Or Crocs. You see-
Oh, Crocs with socks! He's a Crocs with socks guy. He's a Crocs with socks guy. No way. And he's got the little tags that you can get. He's put like little figurines on them as
It
well.
looks like a gravy boat.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh,
so
I want
so
some
I've got
character art of Gravy.
So I'm gonna try and push it and then get my foot up onto its chest,
Cool.
and then unvelcro the pocket, go and grab my lockpick screwdriver, and then use that. So do I have to roll something to do the first part of that? It's
Yeah, so roll
brawling?
me brawling to try to push it off of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
There we go.
12.
There we go.
counter. I did not roll that high, so yeah. So like, I'm picturing like you grab this thing's wrists and it's like trying to get you, and then you kind of roll off to the side and like throw it off to the side, and then you reach in your pocket and grab your lockpicks.
Yep.
But that's all you can do right now.
Okay.
Cletus, you notice that another one's coming through the door.
Okay.
And you don't really have a clean shot now at
All right.
at the one that Gravy was fighting. So
Okay. I'm still worried as he's not really got any weaponry, so I think I'm going to ignore the one that's coming at me for the moment and step towards the one that's on Gravy, or was on Gravy.
Okay.
And then just try and like stomp the shit out of his little face. Like, that's.
Okay, so do you want to like hit it with the butt of the shotgun, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, like just fucking hammering it with the butt of that shotgun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I will.
You're gonna make some mashed potatoes for the gravy boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna force you to eat them.
This, because it's close enough. That's actually not bad. So it's gonna try to parry you, and I've just been rolling garbage, which is great for you. So you swing at this thing, it tries to get like a forearm up in the way, kinda maybe. And you, so like I picture like you like walk over, you're like, leave my gravy alone. And you like,
that's exactly how I'd say it too.
And you do like that
leave
really
my
cool
gravy
move
alone.
where you like you flip the shotgun, so you're holding the barrel. And you just, like, swing down at it, baseball bat style.
Like because like Gravy's in the art, like pretended he's a Navy SEAL. I've just kind of adopted this as well, and I'm just gonna go hoo-ah every time I'm like hitting it, like just really aggressively. Yeah.
So so he's the sheriff. You're the deputy.
Yeah.
You're both Navy SEAls potentially.
Oh, I was trained by a Navy SEAL.
Oh, so you're trained by a Navy SEAL.
And I've now
SEAL
just
named Navy.
adopted that.
Yeah, a seal named an actual an actual seal, not a person. A creature.
Like a SEAL that's named Navy.
Yeah.
The only reason I couldn't be a real Navy SEAL is because of my knee. You know, a
of
bad
course.
knee.
Yeah.
Trick knee. Yeah.
So you say ooh ah as you do it, and you club this thing in the head, and splatter it.
And then I'm gonna remark on it and spit on him. That's for Jesus as I leave it alone. There you go.
What does the Grodies do to him?
They're abominations from Satan, very clearly. We're a backwater town in America.
So because you did that, the other one is gonna try to get you, and rolled a 10.
Oh shit.
That's not great. So
that's not great.
You kind of half turned your back to the door to do it.
I know.
So let me just work.
It's nice and end, you guys.
So this thing like kind of jumps at you and claws at you, but it's a little bit further away, so it kind of comes up a little short, but just enough to get you.
There's another 15 of these to go.
Yeah. Well, lucky for you, I rolled minimum damage, so it only did 4 damage to you.
Okay.
So it did 4 damage, but that damage is all ass cheek damage.
Don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare! Do not take my ass cheeks away. No, you fucking take that back. I've already had enough ass cheek battery in the last time we played. Don't you fucking dare! Don't.
Well, that's why you don't back on zombies.
I will email HR about this one.
Wait for the cheeks. Oh, and you take a little bit of ass cheek damage. About 2 damage per cheek. I think that's fair. It's not too bad.
I'm fucking out. You guys finish this. I'm really done this time. I hate you.
We've got him to quit twice now.
Yep,
we did it. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
So
we're going for the hat trick.
Yep. So yeah, both cheeks take a little bit of damage, and there's a zombie kind of behind you that just scratched your butt a little too hard.
Oh, shut up! Stop talking about my ass, okay?
So now it is, let's go Gravy. What are you doing? You're on the ground. The zombie that was right in front of you, or sorry, my bad. The Grody that's right in front of you is now missing its head completely.
Yep.
You are now armed with a hammer and a screwdriver.
Okay. Well, I think I've only got the screwdriver, and so the other one standing up has scratched at Bojo. No, Cletus. Cletus generally. He's just scratched at him generally.
Oh yes, yeah.
Scratched his back a little bit.
So I've got to stand up in order to take a swing at this, don't I? Because what I want to do is scrabble up and then leap at it and try to stab it in the head, whatever piece of head is closest to.
Okay.
Yep.
Piece of head.
Yeah.
I'll take left middle head, please.
I think you've still done something with your voice there.
Yeah,
It's a little
high.
overpowering.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Got too intense.
Is that better?
Yes.
That's better. Thank you.
Roll me a brawling.
Sorry.
A 16.
Pretty good. So you stand up, you charge this thing, you like kind of half tackle it to the ground again to try to get that screwdriver in its head. I'm trying to think what melee I have on your character sheet. Too many things all opened up. That's that. So roll the brawl. No, roll your baton. I think it's pretty good damage comparison.
Oh yeah, we don't have the
Under combat.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a lot of damage actually.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, because of the okay. Yeah. So yeah, you jump on this thing, you knock it to the ground, and then you like shove a screwdriver in through like its orbital bone into its brain, and it stops moving.
I thought you'd go after its ass cheek just in retribution, but
we don't say the AC word around here.
I'm not happy. Very unhappy.
So you brain this thing with a screwdriver. Yeah, it's dead. And let's see. Really? Okay, so a single one walks through the door now, just the one, because I can't seem to roll higher than a 3 tonight. And as it does that, we will go back to the group in the hotel room.
yes, the beautiful red and pink hotel room.
I might have forgot a little bit about you guys being there. You have a dead thing on the wall. You have a being grappled zombie in between 2 beds. I keep saying the Z word. I'm so sorry. A grody.
Yeah, we need to apologize for that one. Yeah.
It's FBI on FBI violence right now.
Oh my.
The G word.
And then there's one close to Lyra.
Layla.
No, Layla.
Layla.
Got it. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with Layla, especially because of the song. But anyway, yeah. So
just remember this song. Layla was a man who thought he was a woman. There you go.
Oh, beautiful. I actually fucking love that song.
So what are you guys doing?
Yoni, do you have the briefcase?
As you look over, you see him holding a stick, and on the edge of the end of the stick is a briefcase hanging from it. And he looks at you. He's like, "Yeah."
All right, we should book it. That's what I reckon.
Okay, so I'll
yeet myself
lower
out
it
the
down
window.
and I'll grab it with my other hand, and I'll have the briefcase actually in my hand, and then I'll stick in one hand, briefcase in the other, stuck in the middle with the grodies, head for the window.
All right, so you're pretty much clear because between you and the window, it's just the one that's being grappled. So roll me a dex to get out of the window and not fall. You're good. So you hop over the windowsill and you're outside. Mr. Beards, or I guess Agent Beards, is basically gonna stand up.
That's backup, right?
No, he's the guy that's inside.
That's Pin. Agent Pin.
He's
Okay.
Pin.
Yeah.
Agent Pin. He's going to try to he's gonna stand up and then try to curb stomp this guy that's down on the ground to maybe put it down. He rolled really good, rolling damage, and rolled better damage. So he basically just curb stomps his former agent.
Nice.
And so the one in between the bed is dead.
Nice.
And so then he
Again.
goes to exit. Yeah, re-dead. More dead. Didn't roll fantastic, but getting out of windows isn't super tough. So and you guys aren't super quiet anymore, considering that you
True
fired your shotgun.
gratification.
So he gets out without too much issue. Layla, what are you doing?
I'm gonna yeet myself out the window.
Perfect. So you run the window.
Dexterity?
The thing on the ground is still on the ground.
It's behind me, isn't it?
Again, yeah, but he's close enough that he can get a grab.
Okay.
It might be able to pin you, but did not roll well enough because, like I said, I have yet to roll over a 4 tonight.
Oh no.
On a D10. So you get away clean, roll a dex, get out the window potentially.
11.
11. Yep, that's still plenty. So you get out the window with like a little bit of trouble, but not too bad.
Mhm.
So now you are all outside with Agent Gibbons. Agent Backup Gibbons.
Mhm.
Which is his illegally given name. How'd you guess it? Yeah, so you guys are outside now. The one that's inside kind of stands up, but you know, they're not super quick. So what are you guys doing?
At this point, I think I just look at everybody. I've got the briefcase and the stick, and I'm just like let's go for the van, and basically I look at them like let's just call to them and tell them get to the van. We've got the briefcase. We don't need to be here anymore. And I just let's go.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys run to the van, gravy train.
Okay. The gravy train.
We start riding the van as we pass the.
Come on.
Like, just out of curiosity, like we're coming back around the L-shaped building, right? And the van is parked in the front.
Yep.
And so we have to go past the lobby to get to the van. Like, or at least, do we have to go past the front door to get to the van?
Not necessarily, because most of the parking will be like kind of between the L, like the small, like. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Basically, the parking runs in front of the long part of the L. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if that's the L, the parking.
I'll yell
is
as we go, like once we're like sort of looking at the front door as we run to the van. I will just yell out, "Gravy, Cletus, let's go!" And I'll run for the van. And if they don't come, then my plan is basically to jump into the driver's seat and then like drive over to the front door. You know, do like one of those crazy drive-bys in the front door with like the van door in the back open, and they can like jump in as we drive by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying to like pick up Gravy as well, like under a little bit of weight as he's fallen and such. So trying to gather some of his weight on me.
We will roll perception for Gravy and Cletus to see if you hear the chainsaw isn't running, but you guys are still fighting.
Yeah.
So
I'm almost there.
Kind of distracted.
Cool. Oh yeah, you guys definitely hear the yell. So what are you guys doing?
So another one has entered.
Yep.
And like I've kind of because I stabbed this and I've kind of collapsed. We're in just a heap of people, limbs, and we're right near the door as well, which is where, so there was like the barricade, and then falling onto and over the barricade were all the limbs I was chopping off. So we're just in a pile of hands and
of like fingers, and
noses,
a couple ears,
and then our limbs just all over the place with 2 dead grodies. So we've basically just got to get up, dodge the one that's come into the room, and then run out the door. Is that the plan? Do you think we should go?
Yeah,
or are we going
to
fight and kill the other 15-ish?
Well, now that you mention it, let's just do that, I suppose. Yeah. No, I think we should probably get out of there, right? Like, I don't think we're going to do too well here.
Yeah, we don't have, like, we got what we came for, right? There wasn't anything else that we needed from this place? It was just the briefcase?
Now that they mentioned, it was just the briefcase, really.
Okay.
That,
alright. I'm just going to yell, let's go! And try and scrabble up and dodge this. And run for it.
Cool.
That's right, I forgot that we painted police on the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
on the gravy train.
Yeah, it's a police gravy train van. Because it was...
I feel like I'm doing my part for the stream in everybody's memory.
Well, I try to remember your reasoning behind it, too. It was
because
we're pretending to be police.
Yeah. We commandeered it. Someone else stole our house.
Agents.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Or
so
no. It was that someone graffitied it on your van because you are a police officer.
Oh, yeah.
On your personal vehicle. Anyway, so I'm gonna try. The one that's in there tries to grab, and actually does grab Gravy. So Gravy, if you can make a brawling to try to get out of its grasp as you're trying to stand up. Oh yeah, credit 22. You like, it tries to, it like snatches at you as you're trying to stand up, and then you just like backhand it across the face, and you're like, no, and you just get out of there, no problem.
Okay. But I am like limping a bit.
Yeah, your knee's still
Because of the
bugging
trick
you a
knee.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to put your what did they call that? The thing that people wear on their knee when they have bad knees.
Like a brace?
A knee brace.
Yeah.
Brace.
A knee brace, yeah.
Brace. Yep. So you might have to put that on when you get back to the van. But yeah, so you guys make it back without too much issue for the next little while. You think you don't have to worry about stuff getting you, but the door is open in there, so there's remaining whatever 12, 10 that are left in there could possibly come out. So what are you guys doing? Piling in?
Yeah,
just
I guess.
straight in the. I imagine the door on the side of the van is still open, and I'll just jump into the driver's seat.
I'm gonna be like firing off my shotgun, not at anything, just because I want to look quite cool. I'm just like firing it. Yeah. Just like
the pavement.
Just a bit of like concrete comes off the side of the building. Just anything. Yeah.
Just firing wildly into the building.
Yanni went for the driver's seat at first because he wasn't sure if they'd hear him, but as soon as he gets into the driver's seat and he looks back and sees Gravy coming, he just scooches over to the passenger side and lets Gravy jump in.
But you'll have to push my shotgun and handgun off the. Actually, no. So as we're yelling, I'm gonna yell back to Cletus and say, "Oh, this whole time I've had my handgun in my holster. I forgot."
I lost my fucking ass cheeks.
I've left the chainsaw.
I lost my ass cheeks. Okay, this is the second game. Boris. We need a minute, okay? I lost my ass cheeks for your negligence of... I'm done again.
Well, to be fair, if you remember in the first game, it was Boris's character that saved the rest of you and your ass cheeks. So I think this balances out and we're fine.
Oh. The universe is in balance?
That's right.
That's how it works? Okay.
Yep.
I hate you. I'm gonna end you.
I'm definitely not planning to attack your ass cheeks in the next game.
You dare.
We'll start the campaign and you'll lose it in the first 10 minutes, and then you have to live with it.
Dare. Okay, this is unfiltered me. Okay, I've taken away the pop filter. I hate you, Anubis. I hate your guts. I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna find you.
I'm just picturing it being the catalyst that brings the party together for the next EDRPG game.
No!
Loses his ass cheeks.
No! Not again.
Let's get the ass cheeks back.
It's gonna start with Apple's character in a cybernetic shop getting
like a Baxter tank,
steel
essentially.
plate ass cheeks. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. I was thinking more like I was in like a suspended tank, like I've been in a coma because I lost my ass cheeks.
Like titanium ass cheeks.
I like to think of it more of like you went to a back alley cybernetics dealer and like didn't speak much of the same language that you did, and so when you like wake up from coming up from anesthetic and you wanted like cybernetic legs, it's just the ass cheeks, and he's like, "What? You did not want ass cheeks?" And it's like you sound like this huge like amazing ass. Basically, it's just like an ass implant but cybernetics.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Anyway,
I'm making a note. Okay.
Ass cheeks. Apple's ass cheeks. And yep. Okay. Anyway,
so
you
back to the Grodies.
Yep. You pile into the van.
Yeah. So you've pushed the shotgun down into the footwell. I've jumped in the front.
And
then I've realized I forgot my chainsaw, so the chainsaw's back in there now.
Yep. It is.
You want to go back for it?
Well, I imagine they're starting to pile out the front door now, like out of the lobby. So probably
they're pretty
not.
Slow. Like you guys sprinted to the van, right? So like they're in the lobby, but they're definitely not coming out of the lobby doors yet.
Okay. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going back for it.
Okay.
I've remembered as I get in the door.
Yep. First man down.
Yeah, no, I'm really sad now that we're not going to end up with Gravy cutting off his hand and attaching the chainsaw.
We can force it.
I imagine we're having this conversation in the in the van. So should I run back for it? Because I will.
Oh.
All
Yeah,
right.
go on.
All right, I'm running back for it. I'm running back in. So I don't know how
Go,
many are in the
go.
lobby anymore. But I'm just gonna barrel through the door.
I'm gonna come with you, shotgun in hand. I'm on my way with you.
I've remembered the handgun, so I'm running back with the handgun. But
Yeah.
I'm pretending that I've been trained by a Navy SEAL, but I've also never shot a handgun before. Unless I did it. I can't remember if I did it previously. I can't remember if I did shoot a gun previously. But I have no idea what I'm doing.
Doing baton work.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, so you guys
FYI.
go back. The FBI guys are just kind of confused, and no one's giving them direct orders, so they're idling again. Doing that NPC stuff. They talk to each other, but like it's about stuff that isn't happening, like completely unrelated stuff.
As soon as their dialogue's over, it just goes to generic small talk between them. Oh my god, we've got to get the documents. And then, nice weather
I
we're
feel like
having.
we're in like Jumanji now, where it's like the NPCs are on a loop, right? No matter what you ask them, they just repeat the same thing back to you.
Yeah, the one guy pulls out and lights a cigarette and starts smoking. And yeah, so you two run back in for the chainsaw. You you can see through the glass doors into the hotel that there are 8 zombies. There are 8 Garodies in the lobby between you and the chainsaw.
Well, I don't know if this is worth it now.
Well, we're here, so I don't think it matters whether it's worth it or not.
Okay.
We're here.
So I'm going to aim my handgun very loosely.
It's a good start.
So one-handed, like front on, like this, just like that, and I'm just gonna start shooting at head level and try and hit as many as I can.
Yep. So roll a couple shots for me.
Okay. So I'm gonna imagine I've shot 5 times. So do I roll it 5 times or
just roll it? Yeah, that should be okay. So your first one goes wide. I picture like every
I've even missed the
roll
building.
is like a couple of shots kind of thing with like a pistol, because like the shotgun, you have to work with this, the pump action before you can take another shot. But with like pistols, you can get a couple rounds off per shot, basically, or per roll. So like your first few shots go a little like wide. Your second couple shots do connect one of the zombies. I keep saying zombies. I'm a monster. One of the Grodies.
monster.
One of the Grodies, and you do put a couple bullets into it, but it doesn't seem to be like completely dead. But you do like neutral, like one of its arms isn't working properly, and it's moving a lot slower than the other ones. So that's
well,
yeah. And then,
I think it's a lost cause. A lost cause, Cletus.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going well, is it? Like, it's unideal currently.
Did you see them
but I
dodge? They saw me shooting. They dodged.
Oh, they're fucking adapting. We've got to tell the others. I'm just going along with any lie you start. I'm just going to run with it, like in as far as I can. I'm just going to start unloading my shotgun in case, like, just pumping it out as much as I can.
All right, so your first shot just obliterates one of them fully.
Yeah, nice.
So you're down to 7 in the room. You hit one that wasn't hit yet. You didn't shoot the same one because it kind of fell a little bit behind. So a gravy hit.
Yeah.
You fire off another one as they're getting close. That was a crit, so you blast 2 of them. So now it's down to 5 as they're closing on you.
Hell yeah.
Gravy, what are you doing? They're probably, 10 feet away from you right now.
Yeah, I think I'm backing back down the path.
Okay.
I don't think we can get it, Cletus. There's too many.
I just took out like 3. We've got this. We've got this. Trust me.
All right. As I'm backing up, I'll take another like 3 or 4 shots.
Cool.
So I'll just roll a couple of times.
All right. So your first shot does hit, but it does minimum damage, which isn't a whole lot. So you hit like a fresh one, and it kind of doesn't really seem to be affected much. Your second one, I will actually roll for, and because they're kind of grouped up, they can't really go very far. So you do hit them even on a 1. Do minimum damage again, but you hit the same one twice, so that one's a little bit lower. So he kind of slows down too. So it's basically like there's 3 in the front row now coming towards you, and there's 2 in the back that are kind of limping because they're shot up a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's 5 left. We're going back to Gravy, or not Gravy. Sorry, Cletus. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm now even more determined because I've been left behind, right? Like I'm hip firing my shotgun, calling them like commie bastards and everything.
The Red Menace.
Yeah, you red scare bastards, and I'm just like firing down, and just trying to kill as many as I can. Really angry.
All right. Can I interject? So I moved over to the driver's seat, and
Yeah.
I drove. I've seen this go down. I'm gonna drive like up behind them, and I'm gonna grab the shield, and I'm gonna yell out to Gravy, shield bash your way in and get it. You can do this. And I'll throw him the shield, and I'm also going to use my motivational speaking power to give him a +1 to his roll as he charges in.
I imagine like a Captain America moment right now.
Yes.
He's got the shield.
We're putting more effort into getting my chainsaw that wasn't that effective than we did for the actual mission. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to catch that thing that's thrown to me, the shield.
Dexterity for me.
There we go.
And he gets a +1 on that because of the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So you catch that for sure. So you catch the shield. So now you're like, it's actually the analogy would probably be closer to Winter Soldier now, because you have like a riot shield and a pistol in one hand.
Hell yeah.
So did I just use that +1 on catching the shield, not on actually fighting the?
You can do what you want, right? So how does that work when I do the
+1? I don't feel like looking it up, so I'm just gonna say it lasts for a little while, because like you just like inspire them instead of it being for like one action, like it's like for a couple.
It's for a little bit of time.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it'll last a little bit, just because he got his blood up now. He's feeling a little inspired, and it's like it's weird because like his words didn't like hit you, like Yanni's words didn't hit you that hard, but you almost feel like it just like almost magically made you stronger. Like you just feel motivated in ways you've never felt motivated before, because of his speaking skills and possibly something else. Dun dun dun. So yeah, now you're armed with a riot shield and your pistol. But Cletus still is shooting away. So Cletus's first shot kills one of the front row guys, because that's how damage works. And he gets a second shot before they close in.
No more of like poured out of that open door, have they?
Not yet. Not that you can see. So you guys are still working on the original 8 that were in there. That is down to 5 and now 4. So there's only 4 left in the. Or sorry, went down to 4. It went down from 5 to 4. Now there's only 3 left in the room.
Okay.
2 of the 3 that are left have been previously hit.
Right. I'm gonna let out like a
Battle cry.
Yeah, a battle cry, like a redneck battle cry. I'm not sure what that is, but
I imagine that would be yeehaw.
Yeah, like a proper yee, you know.
With the riot shield out in front of me, and I'm gonna have the gun out, like just beside the riot shield. I'm gonna shoot another 4 times. I probably need to reload by this point.
Getting close. Shoot. So what I'm thinking you might want to do is like because it'll be cool and yes, is run forward, get a shot off, and then hit that guy with the shield.
Oh hell yeah!
After you shoot him, if he doesn't die from you shooting him.
Like decapitate him with the shield.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna run at the nearest person and do that.
Just for context, I did a search for what is a redneck battle cry.
Okay, yeah, what have we got?
And according to Urban Dictionary, the response to "wanna go muddin" is a redneck battle cry, and what you say is "wee."
It's a yee. See, like that is a yee.
It's a Wii U.
Oh, it is. Okay.
You'll have to.
Okay.
You'll have to record that and have it on a button so we can use it whenever we need it.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm just picturing that coming up in the Elite Dangerous too at some point. That's someone's ringtone.
Yeah.
Communicator buzzes. So
Alright, so I'm gonna
okay,
charge at the nearest one, hit it, and then attempt to. Sorry, what was I? Oh, shooting at it. Shoot it once, and then
roll shoot. Yeah. So roll
shoot that one.
shooties.
There we go.
Ooh, max damage, holy. So
And it's a +1.
So what's left is basically like a group of 3 of them. The first one hadn't been hit yet, so you light them up and you kill it, and then you run to the second row and roll me roll your brawling, like your brawling damage, and I'll add a little bit extra because it doesn't really cover the shield, so I'll add a little bit extra for the shield.
Is that what I need to do?
Damage, but like I'll add a little bit to that.
Shield bash.
Because that one had been hit before, you do kill it as well. So you run at this one in front, you shoot it twice, it dies, you like jump over its body, and as you're in the air, you hit it with your shield, you hit the one behind it with your shield.
What a fucking action hero.
It goes flying back. It's all about motivational speaking.
Yeah, it paid off.
See?
So
and you wanted to shut me up.
I still want to kill you, but like it paid off this time.
So there's one left in the room right now. And it is Cletus. So there's one left. Your partner in crime is kind of off but to the side. So like
he's off to my side.
Yeah, he's not in the line of fire necessarily.
Right. Okay. I think we should attempt something here, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say to you, Gravy, that you kind of angle your shield, like kneel down, angle your shield, so I can run up it and jump off, and like just sucker punch the zombie as I yee off of it.
We'll call this the Penchenko twist maneuver.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a name.
So what I think, because we went to school together, and I was like an ex-footballer, and I think you're in the team with me, so I'm going to turn around and yell at you, like, what did you say, Anubis? Penchenko?
The Penchenko twist.
Penchenko. I'm going to turn around and yell that at you, because it was our signature move.
Nod.
It was a signature football move.
Oh, is this a shake and bake moment? Is it so?
Yeah.
You yell at Penchenko, and then you yell back twist, and then you.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So I knew exactly what you meant. Yeah. You know exactly what I mean. I'll be your ramp.
Perfect.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make you roll some stuff.
Okay.
So first, Gravy, roll strength.
Strength. There we go. Is this difficult?
Okay. No. Okay. Well, you guys, it's practiced, right? So it's not
practiced from like a decade ago.
Yeah. But I think it'll work. So
Boris, just out of curiosity, I think I just made like 4 or 5 different movie references in this last like.
No.
Did you you didn't get any of them? Did you?
No.
Okay,
not
so
a
making
single
sure.
one.
Okay, moving on.
So Gravy drops to one knee and like angles his shield a little bit. Cletus comes running down, rolls dexterity, gets a 14. So he jumps on the shield, and again, just right out of the Marvel movies, then the Gravy puts all of his weight behind the shield and pushes to try to give Cletus a little extra ups, and it works. So he goes up in the air, and then Cletus is going to make a a melee attack. Let's go with combat knife, minimum 10. But okay, so actually, Boris, roll strength difficult.
Okay. There we go.
So we're gonna add that damage to it. Right, so it's 13 plus 4, which will be enough to kill the last one because it has been hit before.
Hell
so
yeah.
You run up, he boosts you off, you fly in the air, and I'm just picturing you come down like two-handed with the shotgun and just brain it.
Yep,
all the way down.
Completely, yeah. Perfect. And then like stand up thinking I'm really cool, and I'll slip on some blood.
Yeah,
after.
Yeah, so like as you guys go up for the high five, right? Like you high five, and just as you finish the high five, Cletus
like the
falls to the
sneakers
ground
on
his ass.
Whoosh, go, yeah.
Takes one more point of damage in each cheek.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking
Yeah, the ground has broken glass on it. So yeah, right now this room is clear. So you guys can make a run for the chainsaw.
Do they? Yeah. Well, at this point, if the room is clear, do you guys do like the like the 2 against the world, kind of just like walk out the door, slow motion camera action with like.
We'll do that after. So as Cletus gets back up, rubbing his ass cheeks, I'm gonna dash over, grab the chainsaw, and then we'll do the slow motion walk out the door.
Yeah, and then BG's plays, so I can tell by the way, and then like just lovely slow mo. One of us has got a paint can. It's just Saturday Night Fever. It's just it.
I'll scoot back over so that Gravy can get into the driver's seat. And Cletus jumps in the back.
I'm also going to like pop my collar of my police officer's uniform, because I think I look really good like that. Yeah.
Right. Just put on the shades too as you walk out.
Yeah. But there's no actual glass in them because I landed on them, so it's just like some bent frames at this point.
You pile in the van, and we will go for break.
Yeah,
now.
we will.
Yeah.
So everyone go get a cup of tea.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Was it?
Wow.
We're half an hour late.
That scene was worth it.
All right. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's on time for us, right?
Yeah. Perfect. That's how timing works. That's what we do.
You go get yourself a drink. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Bye. We're back. Look at
Hi.
that. It's us. Ooh, my video
We did it.
is looking rough.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll fix that.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're, I guess, mainly Gravy and Cletus killed most of the zombies, if not all of them. You're not 100% sure because you didn't go in and check to see if there's any left.
Perfect.
Yanni the bard definitely helped out.
Yep, absolutely. Inspired Gravy to do great things.
I inspired Gravy to be unlumpy. I don't know.
Be a smooth operator.
Yeah.
I smoothed out the gravy.
It was well stirred. You stirred his emotions. Anyway.
Yep. Stirred, not shaken.
We jump back in the van, right? In the gravy train.
Yep, so you piled in the van, and I'm assuming you're peeling out, well, as much as the
Metal to the metal
train can peel out, to go somewhere. And where is that location?
Well, I think.
So I guess as we're driving. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say the same thing as what you were. Look at the briefcase. Yeah.
I've got the briefcase, so I'm going to open it up and look inside. And I guess because I'm in the passenger seat, so I guess. Oh, sorry. I'm not. There we go. So I'm gonna look back.
That's important.
Into the back seat, and to the FBI agents back there, right? Kind of like what do we got here? Like what do we need to see?
Well, they're basically well, I guess Beard's been doing most of the talking. We should just be like, well, because you guys helped us get into it, I guess you can just kind of anything in there you can look through. I kind of have a limited knowledge on what's there and might be able to, shed some light onto other, maybe if there's anything in there that you have questions about, but I didn't really get the full look at it. I wasn't the lead on this one. It kind of looks a little sad because the presumably the lead on this operation is one of the corpses now, potentially, well, recorpsified in the in the hotel room. So like you basically just say like he'll clarify what he can, but most of the information's in there, so feel free.
Well, so I'll start perusing through it then. I've got a specialty in research. So can I while Gravy's driving and it'll be just kind of like I don't know where we should go, but it'll be just like, I'll take a look at this. You go where you're going. And then I'll roll this research.
Cool.
Oh.
Well, I'm really hungry, so I think I'm just going to drive back towards the general store for a snack.
Oh,
So while you're doing that,
Fair enough.
The general store is like 3 doors down from the hotel.
all right, we're here. What have you found out?
It is a full crowd, right? So it's just one main drag. It's like one main road.
Well, I guess we can just get out there. I mean, they're all just going to all follow us down the street.
Well, at least they're shambling. You've got, like, we're driving there, so we go there fast, right? Then you've got basically the amount of time it takes them to get out of the hotel, realize which way we went, and then start shambling after us for you to go in there, get some food, and get out.
Yep.
And hope that there's no grodies in the grocery store. There's no grocery grodies.
The general store was already gone through by the FBI agents, so presumably, if there's any in there, they would have been cleared out.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm just going to slowly keep driving down the main drag. Just sort of puttering along while we learn some stuff.
Alright, well, you're not going to learn a whole lot with that 8.
So here's my question on that, though, too, because this was a question I had about so my research rating is a 2.
Yeah.
But my intelligence is a 5. Like, is it supposed to add those?
It automatically adds it. It should, right?
If I have her over. Oh, I see there. So it's 2 plus 5 plus 1, which was my roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. It doesn't.
You did it.
Okay.
So you open it. You you open up the briefcase, which takes you a couple seconds because you forgot how briefcase worked. So you pop up.
Surprised it wasn't locked. Huh?
It's not locked because they're carrying it around with them. And inside the first envelope, or the first manila folder, I guess is what they're called. Like you notice that it's got like what looks like a case number, or what you can assume to be a case number. It's pretty long. It's got some letters in it. It's weird. And on the front of the envelope, there is a black circle with a green triangle in it. And you flip to the first, so you open it up and you flip to the first page. And the first page.
Sorry for interrupting at a critical moment, but can we assume that those two told us what happened in there about the Blood Eagle guy and the? So they. Well,
they didn't. Because it was 2 weeks ago. They basically said they were staying there, and then in the middle of the night they got jumped by a bunch of.
Did you mean that we?
Yeah, what they, because we were out there,
just
fighting.
Yeah, we've caught them up on what has just happened in that hotel room.
Yep.
Okay, so they filled us in, and then I pictured it, vomited, and now I'm hungry because it's all. I need more food. All right, maybe I'll just keep pottering back towards Mama and Papa Bovrel's house.
Oh, we still gotta find Papa Bovrel.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back there for a snack.
I might have turned him into mulch in the hotel. Like, he might be Papa Soup Bovrel at this point.
All right. Sorry for interrupting. As we potter back towards that, we've heard the story about what they went through, and now we're at the first page.
Cool. So the first page looks like a newspaper article, detailing the November 1991 mine collapse. And basically, it's pretty, I don't know, like it's not a huge like you think something like this would be like front page news, and it was like it wasn't the front page. It was like the flip side, like the what do they call that? The under the fold, like the center fold, and then underneath the center. I don't know. I can't remember. Regardless, it wasn't front page, but it was pretty high up in the newspaper. It's basically just talks about how on Monday, November 4th, 1991, the Grand Range Mine Company shut down after 7 miners died in a methane explosion on the Saturday. The owner has gone on the record, and he basically saying that it was blamed on faulty equipment, and he doesn't understand how this could have happened. There wasn't any signs of methane. He was later brought up on criminal charges, criminal charge of negligence causing death, and he's serving a fair amount of time in prison. So like there would have been kind of more detail, like just that all that would be laid out in that on the first page of the article. You kind of start looking through some of the other stuff that's in there, and it's all mostly handwritten notes regarding, you're assuming, what happened during that time, but there's some, like, you get a couple other little details in there, which is basically that in the mines they found something, it's not really described what it is. It had some infectious properties, and that they as in like this previous group of agents would have detonated the mines, a section of the mines, causing a collapse to essentially seal this thing away. They get talk like your research wasn't super high,
no.
So you don't like, that's basically all you can get really at a quick glance.
Maybe, yeah, it's because we're like driving fast, maybe something.
Yeah.
Would I have a chance to like maybe later on when we have a bit more time, I could look again, or?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you take I can give you everything. Basically, if you kind of settle down somewhere for a little bit and can take some time, but under the pressure of essentially being chased by.
And Gravy's not a smoothest driver. It's hard.
Yeah, that
to,
too.
You know.
He's driving slow, but the Gravy train is very bouncy.
It's like a bouncy castle.
Yeah. So the whole time you're trying to read it, you're also fighting down motion sickness. You have to look up every once in a while to stare at the horizon line to not throw up all over these notes.
Would I be able to look at what's in the briefcase as well? They've got quite a high intelligence.
Well, I think by this point maybe we're almost, I can't remember how far away it is, but are we almost at the Mama and Papa Bovril's house where we could spread it out on the kitchen counter and?
Yeah, you guys can get close now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did you lock Mama Bovril in the
pantry?
Yes, in the pantry.
You guys didn't kill her though. She's still locked in there.
Yeah, she's still in there.
Yeah, she's still locked in there.
Cool.
Yep.
That sounds like it's gonna be a bad time.
We
for
wanted
us.
to make sure we locked her. Well, we locked, we barricaded her in there, right? Because we were planning on coming back with a cure.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cure might
Keep her
be in the
safe
briefcase.
until we get the cure.
Oh, that's right. She's not.
Yeah, but everyone else who've been killing, they can die. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
just Mama and Papa Bovril. If we find Papa Bovril on his turn, we got to save him too.
Yep, totally.
So we've pulled up at the house and gotten out, and then Cletus has thrown another rock through another window. And then do we all just want to go through the front door?
Yeah.
Straight in.
Safe, right?
Yeah. So you go in. I'm trying to find the same blueprints I pulled up the last time because I didn't save them. Don't mind me. I'm pretty sure I understand how it's laid out. So anyway, so you guys go in the front door. Right to your left is the closet. It's like a what's the word I'm looking for? Where you put your coats and stuff, and that's where Mama Bovril's crammed into. It does appear to still be closed, so she has not gotten out, but she is also not making any noise in there. Yeah, that kind of continues in the kitchen.
I'm just gonna start screaming.
No.
Just see if she wakes her up. Just doing some yees.
yeah, so you immediately hear like a kind of slam on the door.
Okay, good. She's alive, Gravy. It's all good.
Yeah, so she's in there. There's a couple bedrooms, the kitchen table. I'm assuming you guys want to go through the stuff with the FBI agents, so y'all kind of pull up chairs around the kitchen table and have one of those info dump moments. So
can we get some like red string to connect the dots and everything?
Yeah, a big red web on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys can just figure it out over the course of like, I guess it's only like 1 in the afternoon right now.
I knew exactly what you were doing, Anubis. I can see you like toiling away, looking for something. I'm like, I know what he's looking for.
So yeah, you guys all sit around the kitchen table, lay all these papers out, and so basically, it details it's basically it's almost like a personal journal of like an operative basically, and they basically like it talks about how they came to the town, they saw that some people were being infected, and by something that they dug up in the mines. It wasn't that deep in, not really sure where it came from or what exactly it was, described as being essentially like a mass of flesh, basically like a gross blob that they found down there. They didn't like, because normally they mentioned the standard operating procedures to use fire, but they decided against it because of the town's proximity to the coal mines, and they didn't want to essentially ignite the coal underground and start a perpetual coal fire, which is a all too real possibility in these type of situations. So instead, they decided to use explosives to cause a cave-in. They used that as an excuse for essentially those missing people, those people that were infected. They were killed by these operatives and then brought down to the mines, which were then collapsed. So they used the mines as an excuse to cover up the bodies, as well as to essentially kill or potentially lock away whatever this thing was. And then they used their clout at the FBI to essentially spin the story of it being a methane-induced mine collapse, like minor explosion, mine collapse, and then to basically, for 2 reasons: 1, to cover it up, and 2, to basically dissuade anyone from reopening up the mines and potentially uncovering what was down there, because methane in mines is very dangerous. And it would also talk about the stages. So there's stage 1, which is like kind of the what do we call them? Grodies?
Grodies.
Grodies, yeah.
Grody.
So basically, like your standard Grody, the main thing you guys have been killing is the stage 1. There is the stage 2, which is the weird elongated thing, which you guys fought. So that has like the longer arms, they're faster, they're quicker, they're a little bit more intelligent. And they are actually like because you'd think like the way these notes are detailed, like you think this person was either essentially like a medical examiner or was recording notes from like a medical personnel. The disease isn't transferable via biting. It seems to be more of a infection. So you think like you guys would be able to puzzle out that you think that's what was happening with the thing in the hotel room, was it was infecting the bodies of these FBI agents.
So it's like a spore. It's like a.
So wait a minute. Okay. So do we have to, like, reading through this? Do we have to be worried
we gotta kill you too?
Agent Penn might be infected now because he was like grappling the thing.
No. So that's like what it is detailing, is that it has to be one.
It needs to do the tentacle thing,
and it needs to be tentacled.
Gotcha.
So it's not transferable via bites. So anyone that's been bitten, clawed, whatever, is not infected. It's it needs to be like, it needs to go through the process of being tentacled, basically. And the stage 2 is basically what happens. Like it doesn't really, it doesn't go into detail on how it happens, but it's basically just like a progression. Like some of the infected sometimes turn into a stage 2. So out of like the original 7 people that died and that were infected, only 1 of them turned into a stage 2. But because this is a larger town and you can't find anyone in the town, you'd imagine there might be a few of them still running around. And then the kind of the last thing they touch upon is that fire is very effective against them. And like, I guess depending on your character's sci-fi knowledge, you would know that fire isn't really the most effective thing against zombies because they don't feel pain. But for whatever reason, like a part of the infection process, maybe it's the tentacles, what the tentacles inject them with or whatever seems to be flammable. So fire does seem to work well against them.
Cool.
There's something else I was going to talk about. No, I forgot because I didn't write it down.
Flamethrower. We need a flamethrower.
Yeah.
So if one of us dies, we don't get up again as a zombie.
Correct.
Unless there's a tentacle thing
Yeah.
doing its tentacle thing.
And the last thing was, it seems like the stage 2 were dragging some of the bodies away. So you think that, or so they assume that
so
stage
they
2
might
So-
have like a
collectors.
base
Yeah,
somewhere.
because I was
Mine.
I was wondering how that would work, like how you would get a zombie, problem, a grody problem,
Yeah.
if they have. So the stage 2 are just the delivery men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They go out and grab them and
they,
take them
they
back.
kill people
Yeah.
and then take them away,
Mm.
and then they get infected. So yeah, that's kind of what you guys kind of figure out. Like I said, like every one of these folders, so there's like a couple folders in there.
Grody
One
posties.
is marked with that same symbol of the circle with the green triangle in it.
So now we got to find where. I'm sort of talking to the group. Does that mean we got to try and find all of these tentacle things and get rid of them, or are we?
Tentacleites.
Yeah,
Is that the solution?
tentagrodies.
It's
Groticles?
groticles. They're
Yeah.
groticles.
Groticles. Okay.
Groticles?
That sounds like some kind of infection
Yeah.
of a testicle area.
Yeah, the grodies come for you, and then so like I was trying to find a way to like make a Postman Pat reference, like Postman Grody,
What?
but for the long skinny ones, for the skinny ones that take you to the groticles. So
because
Postman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're posties, right? So Postman Groticle takes the dead to the groticles. Yeah. Paul's face is priceless.
Usually, when you explain something, it makes it clearer, but I'm not sure it has.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I was kind of on board briefly, and then it just got worse. I don't know what happened. Like, he's a postman grody that has tentacles.
No.
Why is he-
The Postman
no?
Grody delivers the dead to the groticles.
The groticles.
Yeah, so
It
all
makes
the
perfect
stage.
sense.
And then the groticles turn the dead into grodies, and some of those turn into Postman Groticles or grodies.
Right. Yeah, I'm completely on board now. Gotcha.
Right, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's-
picture the stage 2 ones as Postman Pat. Is that
Yes. Yep.
okay? I can do that.
Postman Groat. Postman Groat. There you go.
All right. Yeah, I'll be on board with this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So from this information,
Or Post Groat Pat.
Oh.
Post Groat, get it? Because it's like there's a
Yeah.
Grody. It's on the stage too, so it's Post Groat, right? Post Groat Pat.
I like it.
Yep.
Post-group Pat.
so to continue the story,
Yes.
what do you think we should do? What does this information tell us? Like, where should we go next? Are we
Post office, I guess.
Yeah, should we go look at the post office, see if there's one in there?
Makes sense.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling that because the first
Do I
incident
hear the
happened
faint
in the
sounds of Postman
mine,
Pat?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Their
Chief
den-
Groticle's in there.
I assume they have some kind of a den. Yeah, I think it would be in the mines.
The Chief Groticle. What does he sound like, do you reckon? What does he look like?
Well, maybe he's like the whole mine. We're gonna go fight a mine.
He's the mine. He's like a blob monster.
Yeah.
Like, then we really need a lot of fire to deal with that.
Yeah, I don't know how mines work, but could we just like pour like gasoline in it or something like that? Like it's just a big hole, right?
Oh, are you picturing like just a hole in the ground?
No, like a like a TV one.
Right, so it's like a
So like a
cave.
hole, yeah, like a cave.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what I'm picturing.
Okay.
So we're just like napalming an entire cave system.
And remember, in the folder, it did mention that fire is a standard operating procedure, but they chose not to use it because of the coal.
It's coal.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was
Well,
because they
wouldn't
were worried
that be
about the
extra fuel
townspeople
for
that are
killing
all
them?
dead now.
Yeah.
But that
So
could
we're just
be a
gonna-
burning inferno for the rest of time if we're not
Good.
careful.
Then they can't come back.
I guess
what
we're
if
just.
we want to weaponize it? We could sell this. Russia.
Well,
they would buy it. We just sell it to Russia, I think is our next plan.
So
I'm just thinking of like a businessman here. Gravy, you're a businessman. We can sell it to Russia
they've already
and
roped
weaponize it.
They've roped the town off, so we can
Yeah.
just tell them
Yeah.
keep roping it off.
You
This
can
is
step
ours
over a
now.
rope.
Yeah.
Well, this is ours
Just
now.
have to engineer up some
We're just claiming it?
gravy serum.
And we'll like
so-
dress up the zombies and so. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to say that. We'll dress up the.
How dare.
Roadies.
I know the groaties. Yeah.
We're just gonna put them in normal clothes and then just pretend it's all fine.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
already in normal clothes.
No, they're in grotty
Well,
clothes.
no,
God
so-
damn it.
Whenever, so I'm gonna say zombies because I'm talking about other pieces of. Whenever
okay.
whenever
Right,
they
yeah.
become a zombie, instantly all their clothes get old and ragged and brown and
Yeah.
old and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like even if they've just woken up, their clothes just go
Yeah,
brown.
yeah,
So we're gonna
Yeah.
dress them up in like nice floral dresses and things like that.
yeah. I think when you die, like it seems to be a byproduct that you just
Tie-dye
turn
t-shirt.
everything. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna go back to where we were before. What are we
What
doing?
were we discussing?
So
I
we
don't
put
know.
fuel
Well, we were
in the
having
mine,
a very
and then
intellectual goal.
we put
Sorry,
fuel
go
in the
ahead.
mine, and then we just I don't know, yeet grenades in there and stuff.
Do we have
I don't know if we
I
have
love
any.
that idea.
Do we? I thought
just,
someone had one.
T4.
Oh, we had like a
Just,
flashbang,
Oh, a flashbang. Okay.
I think.
Just to remind you guys on what, like, kind of, because like I said, it's been 2 weeks. Like the FBI agents did say that like the whole point of them coming here is to clean up the town and like make it safe again, basically. And then they have a radio; they can radio it clear, and then everyone can leave because
Yeah.
the town is surrounded by the National
So-
Guard. that
So we
shoot
can't
down.
leave
for
until it's
access,
clear.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until it's clear. Yeah.
And
So
we're
do we
not
have to go
turning it
around
into
and
a burning
kill
inferno.
every grody?
Maybe if we
Why-
killed Chief
I mean-
Grodical, they all just die.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's like a hive mind.
That's why I want to just
thing.
like
Just
get
find
rid of
Chief
the mine.
and stick it up him.
At the very
What if
least,
we
it'll
cause,
stop
like, a
making new
cave-in?
ones. Well, there already was a
Yeah.
cave-in, wasn't there? They got
Oh,
out
yeah.
somehow.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, so yeah, again,
cave in the
because
cave.
it's been a while.
Cave in.
So back in 1991, there was that cave-in, right? And that's what they used to essentially. It was an actual cave-in, but they said there was a methane explosion that caused the cave-in. That's how they covered
Which-
up.
Right. But it wasn't actually a methane explosion. They just said it was. They actually caved it in themselves.
Correct.
Right.
To try to lock this
okay.
thing away or kill it. But then, like, a couple months ago, a new mayor got elected to the town that probably wasn't privy to this information. And then
They started excavating.
yeah, they sent down a team to try to see if there's still methane down in the mine. They didn't find any methane because there never was any methane. And they reopened the mines, and a new company
That's right.
came in and started clearing
Yeah,
it
I
out.
remember that. They were trying to
Yeah.
re-stimulate
Right.
the town's economy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
By reopening.
they
the mine.
definitely stimulated
Did a bit of overstimulation.
with tentacles.
Oh no.
That's one way to stimulate
Oh,
that mind.
Here we go. We're in hentai territory. Bernie said it earlier, not me.
I should have predicted that.
So it sounds like we need to close off the source is probably down in the mine. So
Yeah.
at some point we have to go to the mine and we have to figure out is it still like are the post-growth pats bringing everything down into the mine, right? I did that with a straight face for a while there. So like is the brain growth down there still, right? And if so, can we block that one back in, and then at least we know that there's we've stopped the continual infection, or at least from the hive growth, right? And then we can then start clearing the rest of the town from there.
Well, surely we
probably want to stop the source before we.
Yeah.
Do we want to do what they've already done and just temporarily stop it, or?
Right.
Surely we want to stop it for good.
Actually, try and.
This isn't our problem. We could just.
I mean, our parents live here.
I guess. Well, they normally would. Some of them.
Well, we could try.
Florida.
I'm assuming.
I guess.
Can I look through the files? I'd like to look through the files to see if there is anything in there about why they decided to cave it in and not kill it. Is there anything in there about, I'm assuming they would have tried to just destroy the thing, with fire or whatever. I know that you said that they didn't want to start a crazy coal fire, but did they have plans that they just didn't think would work, and they thought that the best solution was to trap it? Did they look at options? Is there anything in there about options about what is the source and can it be destroyed?
So it was described as a mass. That's how they there was a mass, basically, a fleshy mass is how they described it. That's down there. That seemed to have been the origin. They don't know where it was from. All they know was it wasn't I think you'd imagine from reading through, they didn't want to spend, it didn't seem to be hostile, but they didn't want to spend time down there because they were essentially going crazy trying to figure out what this thing was. It was slowly driving them kind of insane. So they tried a few things to try to kill it. They tried poisoning it, they tried shooting it, and that didn't do anything. They didn't want to use fire because they were worried about the mine, so then they tried blowing it up, which caused the collapse, basically.
Right.
So that's kind of that was their last resort, was to try to blow it up. They hoped it was dead, but if not, the mine would be closed off, and they kind of put things in place to try to make sure that the mine would never be reopened in case it was still alive.
Right. So you're saying that we should, knowing that the mining, the closer we get to the source, it causes abject insanity. So we probably just should send Cletus down there because he's immune. He's already insane, so he can't get any worse. You're muted, Apple.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I said I'm completely ready. I'm good to go. Let's go.
All right. Okay.
Should we go?
So that's good to know, though, that if we go down there, we might start going insane.
Okay.
Do I or any of the others know much about the mine, the layout of the mine?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure you at some point probably snuck in there a little bit. It is a more modern mine operation. It did start a while ago, but it's still post-industrial revolution mine, so it's not just a hole in the ground. But so it's it's got a pretty wide opening that leads, it has carts and trails and stuff to help drag out the coal after it, because it's a coal mine, right? And then so there's basically a shaft that runs down a little bit that you guys could kind of explore as kids, and then it abruptly stopped in a cave-in, and it looked like that was the personnel chute, basically. There's a ladder and a set of stairs, or not a ladder, a elevator and a set of stairs, but that's all trash, basically. And then there's the actual mine, which is a path that runs into the ground and it kind of loops around, but again, that kind of ran down and then you hit a collapse as well, originally. So you wouldn't know more than that, basically. So it's there's like think of like a wide garage tunnel that runs down, and then to one side of the opening there's like a like essentially like the shortcut down, and then there's like yeah, describing stuff. But yeah, so there's like the main chute that like they use to haul everything out of the mine with, and then there's like essentially the employee elevator down to get personnel down quicker.
Yes, I assume that's going to be useful to know for whatever plan we come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like outside of the mine, there's like a bunch of like there's still a bunch of like remnants of what the mine was. So there's like some equipment out there, and you'd imagine there's probably some new equipment out there too, because they did recently reopen it.
Well, I'm fully on board with setting it on fire.
Yeah.
As much fire as possible.
Yeah.
It's just how do we get that much fire?
And then it could be like a tourist attraction, like it's the gateway to hell or something.
Because that's actually how the gateway to hell started. It was a coal mine that they lit on fire.
I think that we already have a name for this. We came up with it in a different game that was zombie related.
Oh, of course, Satan's asshole.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how that's
Okay,
done.
so we are getting rid of
Before we go any further, though, I do have a name for the source, the sludge thing. What do you guys think of the primordial growth?
All right. Excellent.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
The primordial growth.
How do? So we can't just hold a match up to the wall of a coal mine.
No.
That's not how it works. So we've got to get a lot of fire, a lot of explosion.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty rich coal mine, but yeah, like it's not just one of those like hold up a flare and hope for the best. Like you'd have to start a half decent.
We're probably gonna have to blow it up, pack a whole bunch of like petrol in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With explosives, and where are we gonna get all this stuff from?
Well,
well,
the back of the
I don't
van.
know.
it's a mine. Is there not like stockpiles of like dynamite and stuff? Like they were reopening
that's what
the
I
mine.
was thinking. I don't know how mines work, but I assume they have explosives.
They generally
at
have
mines.
to blast their way through, and then they put up
that's what I thought.
what are they called?
Support beams.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But so if they're using something like dynamite, they're using it because it's not gonna set it all on fire.
Right.
That's a very
Well, that's where the
but they're
fuel
also
comes in.
I'm also thinking that they're purposely like, because like the dynamite and the charges, right? Like they drill a hole and then they put the dynamite in to cause a like they're setting a charge that they know is going to blow like in and in a certain area, right? So they're probably purposely staying away from the main lines, right? And they're doing it in the rock. So I imagine if we take the dynamite and then we just stack it up near like an open source, an open vein, that might be, I don't know, that might work.
Yeah.
And I assume there will be some sort of fuel on site. Usually at a mine there'll be tanks.
There's a petrol station as well, right? Like we could just get a metric shit ton of petrol and
would they have like a kind like a generator or anything at the mine? We could just pop the whole generator in there. Blow it up. If it's small, I don't know.
Let's just put cars and everything we can find in there and just blow it.
Let's raid the house for anything. Oh, this sounds
Fill the van. What's it called? The gravy train.
no, you're not
Fill the
blowing
gravy
it.
train up with dynamite. Oh no, then someone has to drive it in. That's not gonna work.
No, you could draw. You could let it start going, then you open the doors and bail out as it's.
Yeah.
But
The gravy train's going.
No, the gravy train's that is my life.
I guess I'm sure there is another van.
I feel like I slightly missed this part though. Was there like with the mine? Was there an elevator or was it just a straight shaft?
Yeah, we need to get down. to where the thing is.
But there isn't. So there's a shaft for an elevator, but that's caved in. Because it's basically like a shaft with an elevator and there's stairs right beside it for like the miners to get down to like the actual like mining areas quicker. So they don't have to like walk through the whole mine to get down to where like the active mining is happening. And that was caved in a little bit down. Like from what you guys remember, because you guys you guys were there before.
But we
like,
don't know how much they've
working in the
excavated since they reopened.
Yeah. So we will have to find.
We need to go investigate.
Yeah.
And we don't know where the primordial growth is, right?
Exactly.
Like it might be down the elevator shaft.
We'll probably get there and it won't even be there. Be at the post office.
Yeah. It's already moved on. It's in the post office. No!
It'll be at the phone tower.
It's in the cell tower.
Oh my god, that's why we couldn't get in, because the sludge was just keeping the door shut.
All the post-growth paths had
It all
locked
makes
up
sense.
tight.
I think we've got to run with this, guys. I think this is probably the solution.
All right, so
I
do we
can see
want to...
Spidey just like, fuck's sake, come on.
Yeah.
I can sit here and let you guys do all this for like the whole night. This is what GMs live for.
Okay, so what are our plans? So we we can obviously, if we think the best solution is to try and cause a coal fire, great. But before we can do that, we would have to actually go scope out the mine, see how much has been excavated, and check out what's there and see if the primordial growth is actually there or not, right? Like, is it just an abandoned mine now? Did the thing get out, right? So we probably need to see what's there. That's one option. And I don't know what else. Like,
How do we stop the insanity?
options?
Are we able to ask the FBI guy?
The groat.
Well, he didn't know much, right? Like the original case, we need to look through the files, and all the files, I think, just said that they noticed that it was causing people to go insane, and because of that, that's why they rushed the cave-in job just to get out of there, right? Is that right?
Yep. That's fairly accurate. You are correct. They didn't have they basically spent a day trying to figure out how to put this thing down. They couldn't really figure it out. They were getting nervous down there.
Because they started going insane and killing each other, probably.
Okay, so it sounds like we have a little bit of time before we go insane.
Well, we have at least a day.
If they were down there for a day,
to kind of, or maybe a few hours. Like, I don't know how long it will take to just investigate the place and then get out, right? Like, maybe step one is pure, like a pure recce, right? Like, let's just go in, let's see what's going on, let's and then let's get the hell out before we go insane, and then make a better plan.
That sounds good.
Unless,
I'm
of course,
also happy for just a rope to be tied to my waist, and I'll just walk as far in as I can with this rope tied to my waist, and then if I don't come back, then it's not safe.
We'll pull you out.
Well, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what the rope was for. Like, if the plan was just to send you in and see if you come back, we don't need a rope.
What I was more thinking is that if I just got eaten, that there would probably just be a rope and no me.
Okay.
So then you'll know not to come in for sure.
Well, see, but then we can analyze the end of the rope. Like, was it cut nice and neat, or was it frayed, or was it burnt,
Did I
or was
etch,
that could give us
in?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
we could get some
Anubis.
information.
The rope comes back and it's just a severed hand with the middle finger extended.
I think while all this is going on,
a recce in the mine, do we have any other ideas?
No. Well, I've moved on. I've decided we're doing that. I'm in the kitchen now, with a garbage bag, a plastic bag over my head, and I'm attempting to try and tape around the neck. Because I want to. That'll stop me. No, that'll stop me from getting infected.
Oh right.
That's my plan.
Gravy, no.
I'm gonna try and fashion a makeshift tinfoil face mask, with just eye holes cut in it.
Well, and then, we... as you're working on your tinfoil, Gravy passes out. He runs out of oxygen.
And I go over and tear a hole where his mouth is.
I just pop the mouth open.
Yeah.
Couple minutes
but leave everything else on. Just give him an air hole. Just give him an air hole. You go like that.
Oh, like that. Okay, yeah, like that. That's the way you do it now.
Yeah, this is his mouth, right? And this is the popper, and you pop it.
Don't call that. Oh God.
Where's Taka
This
when you
channel
need to
isn't
ban
PG,
him
right?
from the stream?
Yeah. Banned from his own channel.
Yeah.
So, Grave, you wake up with a weird taste in your mouth. And
Oh, shit.
and yeah, so now
Yeah, I'll
Cletus,
sheepishly
you have a
take
very
it off.
uncomfortable face mask.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure
But
the
I'm
government can't
safe.
read your mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these FBI
make it more
agents, sorry,
comfortable,
CIA, they don't get it.
To make it more comfortable, I'm going to grab some duct tape and I will duct tape around like the hole we made for his mouth, like duct tape, you know, the bottom and the top, right? So that it's nice and, you know, it won't rip anymore. And then it's just that part is open and he's got like a duct tape around it. Yeah.
This is some weird fetish wear.
Okay. And the whole time this is happening, after the FBI agents help you go through the files, they're just standing in the corner smoking and talking about the weather.
Oh.
Right, yes,
All right.
because they go back to mindless chatter.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that they're completely unfazed by these two months that have just been created.
Do we need
programmed in?
Do we need any like weapons or anything like that before we go? Are we gonna?
Not really.
Well, we're pretty well stocked up,
We
aren't
put them
we?
all in
Yeah.
the
Yep.
van. didn't
Yeah,
we?
and we got extra ammo in the van, didn't we? So we've got pretty much unlimited ammo in the van. That's what we'll say,
all
right?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to have to keep track of it, so
Yeah.
yeah.
In that
What,
case, we just.
Oh, we're at your parents'
Oh,
house, right?
Yep.
Do they have any
Yes.
matches? Or a
Yep,
lighter?
We'll just take the matches and we'll try to just set the wall on fire. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Like
they
by
might
the look
come
of
in
this
handy.
kitchen, your mom seems really crafty. I think she would have like anything that we need.
Yeah.
I mean, most houses have
I kind of
matches.
forgot that was a
Yeah.
background, Anubis. I actually just like. I was just like, that's Anubis's kitchen. He's just in the kitchen with a live, laugh, love sign because he's that kind of person.
You
Easel in the
look-
corner for. Yeah.
You open up underneath the sink. You know, you got your cleaners. You got your paint thinners under there. you know,
Yeah,
a package
get all
of
of that.
thermite.
Oh, the paint thinner is pretty flammable.
Just a package of thermite? You
Oh,
know,
there's a bucket of napalm over there. We'll take that.
Mama Bovril loved to dabble in a bit of terrorism now and again. She was
You never
just,
know.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have a fireplace if it's like
Like
a
the morning.
country town. They might have a wood heater, so they might have fire starters.
Twisted ones.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So
I know
we're just
exactly
gonna
what
load
those
this
are.
stuff
I mean,
into the
are
van.
we trying to start a coal mine fire with
Yeah,
a fire starter? You know,
Yeah.
the little
And-
white brick thing.
No,
Is
Yeah.
this what you're
fire
talking about?
starter,
that's it.
Yeah.
matches, and paint thinner.
I think we've got a
We've
winning
got
recipe
this.
here. Yeah, I don't think we need to do any more prep. I think we're done.
So yeah,
We're
we
ready.
grab a few flammable items. We grab all our weapons. We stockpile the van.
Do you guys want to like
and
make
then-
anything while you're here? You know, you
Oh
can
yeah.
Oh,
what
I'm
do we
gonna-
want?
I'm gonna
knife
take more
to a
snacks.
stick.
Yeah.
Could we make Molotovs? Is
Oh,
there,
yeah.
is there like...
Oh yeah, have they got any alcohol?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You guys, if you want to make Molotovs, you can.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's got high intelligence and would
Me!
know how to make a
Oh,
Molotov.
well,
effective Molotovs?
Intelligence. I have an
22.
intelligence 5 as well.
Wow. Crit.
wow, that worked.
Okay.
That'll
Roll
work.
a difficult intelligence.
I,
Me.
The dentist with a dangerous
Yeah.
streak.
Yeah, Luke.
12.
So you made 12 Molotovs.
bloody hell.
They had a lot of alcohol in their house.
Yeah, well, it's like
Yeah.
alcohol, paint thinner. You find
Yeah.
a little
What
backup
else do they have
generator
to
that had
do?
a bit of gasoline in
Yeah.
it. You just threw it all in various beer bottles.
Nice.
Yeah. So are we gonna have like any? I've got my chainsaw.
Yep.
So do I just stick with the chainsaw as the meal? And I've got the shotgun that I haven't carried because I don't have. I've got to carry the chainsaw.
I could turn it into a fire saw.
Oh.
No, that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna do that.
No, it's not a bad idea. It's a
Dunk
genius.
the
idea.
blades of the chainsaw into
Yeah.
a gallon or a bunch of gasoline and just light it on
Yeah.
fire.
That's
No,
genius.
that's a terrible
Imagine
idea.
how
You're gonna
cool
burn
you'd
your
look.
hands.
Yeah. And probably
Can we craft
destroy
a
the chainsaw.
flamethrower? Is that possible?
Flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
I'll figure out what do we need.
Pretty.
Roll
Like-
percentile for me. Roll D100.
Roll a D100. Okay.
Oh well, we just need like hairspray and a lighter, right?
So
Yeah.
with a 60, well, you wouldn't remember this, but with a 60, you'd mention thinking about a flamethrower. And then Gravy, you would remember that as a kid, you used to play with a super soaker that's probably still in the garage. And you might be able to make, like, not necessarily a flamethrower, but you could load the,
A flame
the
launcher.
super
A
soaker
flame
up
squirter.
Yeah.
and you'd squirt them with the whatever flammable liquid and then light them on
light 'em on
fire.
fire.
after. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Oh,
Okay. Right,
All right.
that's-
let's
I
go get-
always say that, and then I have to figure out how to stat it. But yes, you have
Okay.
a thing that can shoot
So
flammable
that's your
liquid on stuff.
primary weapon now.
my primary weapon is the petrol soaker.
Mhm.
5000.
You've gotta. We might need to reuse your mask, your tinfoil mask, because the super soaker needs to be wrapped in tinfoil so that it doesn't melt.
Oh.
That's quite a pivotal point. That it would be a bit annoying if it did start to melt.
Anything else you guys want to think about crafting? We have a bunch of Molotovs, a flamethrower super soaker, a super flame soaker.
Are there any like
Super flame soaker.
egg timers that we can use for like distractions or something? Just like set a timer and lob it.
Oh
That
yeah.
we could just steal.
I bet she would have one of those like egg timers that looks like a little, like has little feet and like looks like an
Yeah.
egg with feet. You know?
See, I'd say she's got one of those, and they also have an old-timey alarm clock.
Oh
It's got
yeah.
bells on the top.
Take them both.
Are these just noise makers? So like we could put them somewhere and then
Yeah.
So like we
Okay.
can like set them timer
timed.
and then run
yeah,
off,
they're time noise makers. So we could like set them, put them somewhere down like some place, and then run back and then let
Yep.
it go off. Yeah, cool.
I think
I like it.
I've gone out to the shed because I'm pretty sure we said there was a shed.
Yep.
And I've got those face shields, we use them for woodwork and stuff like that. So I'll
Yep.
or even actually you can get like woodworking masks, can't you? I'm assuming that Papa Bovril is into woodworking. I'm still on the covering my face so that I don't get infected with insanity. That's what I'm looking for. A face covering from the shed.
Your version of the tinfoil hat, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find one of just like those plastic face shields that I'm sure everyone is pretty familiar with nowadays.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2020. So yeah, you do,
Welcome.
like he definitely has one of those because you have when you're running a belt sander, you need to protect your face from splinters and stuff.
Yeah. So I think, are there any like melee weapons that we need? Because if we're going to be down there, we can't carry a huge amount of ammo with us. If there's like hundreds of them in there, we'll probably need to hit a few things with, stuff that doesn't take ammo.
And you're in a
Yeah.
woodworking shop. We just
Yeah,
established.
Yeah, we did. So
Yeah, it's a
maybe
fully kitted out factory.
Wooden armor, wooden swords, just full Minecraft,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm wondering though too, like trying to keep things away from us. Would it make sense to make like so if there's some knives and then we duct tape those to the end of like long sticks or long poles,
Long
right?
focus.
We could use them as yeah. Well, yeah. So like if they're coming at us, right? We what are those pole arms, right? Like basically to they come at us, we can stick them and then put the end in the ground, right? And then they would be like stuck on there trying to get forward, and you could kind of like wall them off that way if they kind of like clump up on it, right?
Okay. Well, this van is apparently infinite in size.
Yeah.
So we could just stick them
It's
all
a van
in.
of holding.
Yeah.
It's a van of no, it's a van of requirement. No, that's where we are right now. We're in the wood shop of requirement.
Yeah, the wood shop of requirement. So you guys take some time. Well, roll an intelligence, someone for me.
Oh, you go for it,
All right.
Layla.
22.
So you tap upon your vast movie knowledge, because everyone knows dentists watch a lot of movies. Shut
Everyone
up.
knows
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And
No,
you
yes.
remember in Highlander how they cut down those trees to make those long spears that they used against the cavalry charge. Or not Highlander. Yeah, Highlander. Yeah. That's the movie I'm thinking of.
Okay.
You could just be a historian too, and have read about Alexander the Great, because that would work too.
Yeah, but anyway, so like, you remember they had those long tree spears that they used against the cavalry charge. But anyway, you recalled that information, and so you made a bunch of like long pointed sticks that you can load in the back of the van, and potentially like use as barricades, or like they're thin enough that you could use them as like a melee spear. You know, you harden the points, and they'd be pretty effective.
Sweet. I like it.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
so we got long pole arms. We've got a petrol soaker 5000. We've got gravy that has a protective face covering. Yeah, so we know for sure that gravy is not going to go insane. So at least we got that going for us.
I was thinking of Braveheart, actually. That was the movie.
Oh, yeah, that works. So we've got pole arms, we've got the super soaker, we've got, what else did we make?
Molotovs,
right?
Yep. Molotovs and a face shield, 2 face shields, one made of tinfoil. Well, no, sorry, we used that on the super soaker. So you have a regular face shield. Yeah, and 2
then we've got all the
agents that the whole time just follow you around smoking and commenting on. Like, did you hear about the sports game the other night?
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any modifications you want to make to the gravy train, maybe?
Oh.
Oh, is this time to go mid-max?
You guys got time. As far as you know, you have time.
Hear me out, Boris. I think you might not like this one, but intimidation factor your own mother's head as a hood ornament. Right? Like, imagine the power move. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Like, whoa, his mum's head is on the bonnet of his car.
I'll make a sign underneath saying, "This is my mother." If I do this to her, guess what I do to you?
Because everyone knows that zombies are easily persuaded to run away because of
But
fear.
they'll be back.
In greater numbers.
But yeah, I think that's a great strategy.
So do we want to put anything on the front so that we can ram them? I don't know how
what
to
about
do
like
this.
the shed roof? like attaching the shed roof like a snow plow to the front.
I don't imagine that I'm particularly handy. I don't know.
Well, we've got 2 people that are quite intelligent. We can figure it out, right? We've watched a lot of movies.
So we're just going to use something to make a snowplow front and somehow attach
I've got a skill in knowledge.
Knowledge.
I could help knowledge up solutions to these things.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm also a teacher, so I can explain it effectively to the rest of you.
Oh, and Cletus has an eye for quality, so after it's done, he can evaluate how effective it'll be.
And I'm also a motivational speaker, so as I teach it to you and you guys execute the plan, I mean, what could possibly...
I'm going to execute you if you continue this. Or myself, one of the two.
So what are you trying to do to the van? What's the game plan here? Do you want to put like a big plow on the front of it? Are you trying to put spikes all over it?
From the new remake with the guy with the freaking guitar. Yeah.
He had a name. I can't remember what they called him.
He did.
What? What remake with the guitar?
The Mad Max remake.
Oh, the Mad Max remake. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I guess basically what we're trying to do is put a bit of a.
Oh, the Doof Warrior. Yeah, the Doof Warrior.
Yeah.
What his name was.
There you go.
Doof Warrior.
Yeah, a bit of a plow on the front, right? So that a shield / plow, so that we can take a hit, right? Maybe we make an opening in the roof so somebody could stand up, like actually like be a human turret and shoot things, right? And then maybe putting some extra like metal siding and stuff on it so that it's a little bit more fortified, so that if it gets rushed by grodies, it's a little bit stronger. But what else? You guys think of anything else? Maybe a little like what are those called? Where you so you can stick your gun out on the sides and then shoot.
Yeah, like porthole kind of things. Yeah.
Well, it's a tour bus. Like it's not a van. So it's like a big van that we've
I thought it was a van.
It's a short bus.
But you just said it was a tour bus.
Everybody, like it's. I'm sorry, but it's canon now that that your van looks like this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm imagining like basically that we make a spot on the top, or somebody like can slide open an opening on the top, right, and then stand up on there and then shoot, right. So they'd have like a little, maybe like a seat that would like raise up into the hole, and then they could shoot around.
Hell.
Back down.
How crafty are we? Jeez.
Why don't you just make a ballista and mount it to the roof?
Yeah, I think. Oh, hold on! I think he's onto something now.
You have a wood shop.
Ballista time, everybody! Start taking down big buildings. Did you mention like wheel spikes, like a DB5 wheel spike for like James Bond style? Like, so we can just like go along, like slice them as we go.
So wheel spikes, armor plating, plow on the front, and various holes for shooting out of.
Yep. And no exhaust to make the loudest noise possible.
There's 6 of you.
Like no muffler.
Including the FBI.
Yeah, just no exhaust. Just the
we won't get very far if we have no exhaust.
Just vent the exhaust into the cab. That's how you.
Into the cabin.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So yeah, so there's 6 of you. You're trying to do this fairly quickly.
Well, what time of day is it anyway?
We're pushing probably like 2 in the afternoon, because you guys, if memory serves, you guys came here originally like back to Gravy's house, like familial home, at like I think it was like in the morning or like mid-afternoon or mid-morning, like around 10. So which means you guys were in the hotel probably around, I don't know, noonish. Yeah, I'd say it's probably about like 2 in the afternoon right now. So you want to spend the rest of the day working on stuff.
Right. So the question is do we feel like we need to get into the mine today, or do we want to work on the van, sleep, and then go first thing in the morning?
I guess we can. We'll work on it, and then we'll start fresh in the morning in the next session. Is that?
Yeah.
And hope nothing gets us overnight.
Well, actually, if you guys take time. And like those modifications aren't even that. The hardest part would be the plow on the front. So I'll make you guys roll for that. So intelligence check would probably.
Can I do a knowledge roll to like boost the intelligence?
21.
Sure. Yeah.
Intelligence.
All right. So I do a 15 knowledge to help with the intelligence.
Okay, and then everyone roll strength for me to try to get it together quickly.
13.
I'll roll.
I didn't help it. I was Foreman.
Yeah. Those are all pretty good rolls. Yeah, I'll say you guys did it. So, like, because actually,
yeah.
the gun
It
holes
might
aren't that
fall
tough.
apart.
Like, the wheel spikes, I mean, or whatever.
Well,
like, that's not.
Maybe, was it Cletus can inspect quality?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Eye for quality. Here we go. So it's a +3. So let's go perception.
Oh yeah, look at that.
+3. Oh, so he's studying everything. Like, he thinks this thing could actually probably pull it off.
Look
Like,
at that.
the plow's made of wood.
So
but,
it's,
like,
it's that
those-
moment
those
where you
floor
kinda look-
joists like worked really good.
Sure, oh man.
look back at the rest and go, by God, it's crazy, but it might just work.
I think that's a good spot to end it.
We're all
I
tooled
love
up.
it. I love it.
Nice.
I feel like between now and our next session, I need to do some Photoshop to this van.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to change a little bit.
All right, that was good work, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're ready for the Grody apocalypse.
Grody lips. Papa Grode.
Oh, what about? Oh, we forgot about Papa Bovril. We'll have to look for him next episode too.
Yeah.
But see, now we have an armored vehicle that we can drive around town and feel secure in. If we
Yeah.
find them, right, we can keep them in this van and be all happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We can just keep him in the van as like a pet.
All right.
All right.
All right, we did it. We did it, guys.
Yep.
We did it.
Oh, that was a good session.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah,
I had a
I'm
lot
glad
of
we
fun.
got back to it after the little hiatus.
Right. So as a reminder, I'm taking notes. I did take notes. So for next session, we won't forget the brilliance that we came up with. So, stage 1, Grodies. Stage 2, the delivery Grodies are called post-Grode Pats. And the tentacle Grody transmitter guy, he's called a Groticle. And the source sludge is a primordial Grote.
Yeah.
I quite like the sauce sludge as well. That's just nice.
Yeah, we could go with either. I'm open.
Well, I didn't need to know that, but I guess we should end on that note.
Or we could instead of an or, we could do an and. We could go the source primordial sludge growth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, that is an official title, but he sounds important. We don't want to give him that kind of importance.
It's done. It's too late.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Now-
That's his name. There we go.
That's it.
Sorted.
All right. Well, we'll be back same time next week, 3-ish hours before now.
Yep.
Oh, that stuff's on the end card, isn't it? So,
Hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully on time. But
Yeah.
no promises.
All right. So,
Cool.
bye everyone. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.